Welcome to the Mob Jazz podcast. Please be aware that the content of this podcast is primarily social commentary and represents the personal opinions of the hosts and guests. It is not intended to be a statement of fact or an official stance on any issues discussed. This podcast is for entertainment and informational purposes only. We encourage listeners to seek out professional advice for any factual matters or decisions. Listener discretion is advised. You guys moisturize your armpits.
First of all, I don't want my armpits to be moist, bro.
They're supposed to be dry. They're antiperspirants.
Right?
Actually, I've been thinking about powdering my armpits, bro.
What,
I haven't seen them doing that to babies.
Now that we talk about it, guys powder other things, but let's move.
Yeah, that's
you
what I
guys,
mean.
No.
Yes.
But you guys, I need you to know that they powder babies because baby sweat glands aren't developed. You get
Is that why they powder them?
You have mob info. Let's go.
No. Babies have underdeveloped sweat glands. That's why when babies feel hot, instead of sweating, they get heat rash because they're unable to sweat properly. You get. So I think that's why
something new every day.
You guys with us adults with developed sweat glands, why would you powder your armpits?
To keep it dry?
But there are powders for armpits.
Really?
Yeah. There are powders for like all those corners.
Yeah, is that what they call it? They call it like joke. That kind of joke
Something,
powder.
yeah.
Guys, I've seen athletes
you
that.
Guys who play sports use it a lot because of the friction.
Yeah.
So you'd powder before the
we didn't say we powder.
okay. When would one powder? Before or after?
Before
deodorant.
It depends on what deodorant you're using, though. Because if you're using
stick.
But you know they're dry powder-based sticks. That's what I was trying to remember. Those are the good ones.
Oh yeah, the stick is quite dry though.
Stick is there are sticks that are like gel-based, and then the dry powder ones. Dry powder ones are nice. What was the actual question?
Do you guys moisturize your armpits?
You didn't answer it though.
But you can tell us.
I was scrolling on TikTok as I do, and then this chick stops like, you mean you guys are not moisturizing your armpits in big 2025? I said, are we supposed to moisturize our armpits? You guys don't do that thing.
But maybe you know.
Did you try it?
I tried it.
No, but you know, girls fear their armpits turning dark.
So
maybe that's why.
I don't know if that she didn't mention anything about hyperpigmentation, but she was like, you guys moisturize it. Now I'm big on moisturization, right? Like I moisturize at night.
Too much work.
After showering, right?
Too much work.
And so I was like, am I missing out? I can't miss out. You guys don't do that thing?
What?
You
So let me tell you something. So obviously I'm not gonna put deo at night because man, let me breathe. So I just moisturize. Like 5 a.m. like you're tossing, turning. What? I was like, bro, is there a builder in this? Something is smelly. I said, Do you know that ripe kavubukai?
You even forgot about it. You don't remember you even had that.
No, listen, I was like, there must be someone else in this room.
Yeah.
Because where is that smell coming from? You know that smell of youth
on
a hot day.
Yeah.
I was like,
But you guys, speaking of kabubuka, man, guys are special. Like you have a conversation and you lose track of what you're saying because the person who's talking to you, every time they point, you just collapse.
Listen.
You ever have to deal with that thing with the guys who work for you?
If there's anything that we do, we have showers at the back.
Is
we have showers. We have showers. Set of combs. We have shavers.
But then I go and bathe.
Yes, I send them back myself. Actually, it's even weird. Unfortunately, we have like a smelling section, like a smelling session. Like when they come, there's someone
Sniff
who
test,
actually like sniff test, like.
Whose job is it to sniff?
Let me just not
guys think about every detail.
No, I
man.
have to. Do you know, like for example, if someone is serving you, they first of all remember they walk the whole night.
Yeah.
So if they come without showering, then on top
imagine
of
by 4 a.m.
4 a.m. is far. Just a few rounds. Man, some of these people are special. So what we did, and sometimes you also have to understand people's problems, right? Like some of them come from far. By the time they get to us, they've sweated and stuff like that.
Some people are working 2 jobs.
And we also wanted to make it normal. Like it's normal to have a certain order. So we kind of make it a routine and we don't embarrass anyone. Make sure you've kept your hair, you've cut your nails, your uniform is clean. So we kind of make it a routine that, when you arrive, this is what's going to happen. So they also try to correct themselves before they come. Actually, at the beginning, it was a real thing. Like the shower was on 24/7. We even put a solar heater because we're trying to make it nice for them. Like the water is even hot, you know. So we have shoe polish. We had deodorants. I got those
Toothpaste,
basic.
what?
Yes. Got those basic deodorants like Dove. You know, the ones that wouldn't be distinct.
Bank, yeah.
Not about the bank.
Oh,
it's, you know,
the
those smells
scent.
if you
Okay.
mix with the
Okay.
other thing.
Okay. Fair.
So eventually, I think with time they kind of learned that these guys don't play with this. And if honestly, I can confidently say we're like 80% there. It's not always 100%.
Yeah.
Because the night gets long. And
So basically, when someone encounters that problem, it's the enjoyers. It's not the staff. Like someone who has come to enjoy has brought the
Maybe you need to
stage.
add that option.
Like,
for
Guys in the middle of the night, man.
for the party goers,
Bouncer,
man.
it's like, hey, yeah,
the
please,
guy,
take it, man.
No, you equip the bouncer with some deal or spray,
Oh.
like a spray.
Yo, I'm imagining me walking into silo, drunk as hell.
And then they're like,
No, this
Let's
guy,
go.
is too drunk, man. Let's take him to a bathroom.
that would be too much.
Give you a wash. You so bad, bro.
Customer is king at the end of the
That's
day,
true,
you guys.
that's
We
true,
had
that's
it
true, that's
just, I mean, I'm glad to say at least we have a good selection of clients, so we don't get a lot of that. But at the end of the day, man, we are all human beings, and we're in that place dancing and jamming and drinking for hours.
Yeah.
So
do you guys tell, like, it's one thing to tell somebody who's like part of your staff or something, but do you guys tell your friend?
You know, I've never said those words have never
Yeah.
come out of my
if
mouth.
I'm
Those
your,
words have
if
never
I'm
come out
your
of my
friend, I tell you, and my friends know.
Straight up.
I tell you, I pull you aside.
You're like,
Bro,
bro.
you
Let me tell you. No. It's then you're not my friend. If you can't tell me I'm smelling, you're not my friend. Yes.
You just smell it. You want me to say it like...
Tell me. I swear, I'm like,
can't.
no.
I can't say
I'll
it.
go
I can't
like,
say it.
I don't mean I do it. I'll go like, bro, I think you need to change your deodorant. It's important. You're my friend. We're going to hang out every time, right? I'll do it. I'll try and do it in a way that next time, if I'm the one in that position,
You
you'll
would
do the same for me.
same, yeah.
That's what we're supposed to do for each other, right?
Eh?
Me, I'm old-fashioned. I'll tell you.
Nah,
I won't
that's not
embarrass
even-
you, but I'll tell you. I'm like, bro, I think you have a problem. Maybe some of these problems I also experienced. Yes. You guys, what kind of friends are
About
you?
Not if you have a
you.
problem, man. You have many problems, but
like-
one
like
problem in
see,
particular.
okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
You said you moisturize.
Yeah.
You've talked about hygiene many times.
Yeah.
All of us have discovered these things, right?
Yeah.
You didn't know them from day one.
Yeah.
You figured that your skin needs to be moisturized.
Always,
you figured you
yeah.
need to brush
Yeah.
this kind of way.
Yeah,
You need
yeah.
to use this kind of deodorant.
Yeah.
We all have different products we use, and we've learned them. But we all learned. Somebody actually pointed you in a certain direction at some point. Could have been your sibling, could have been a relative, could have been your research online, right? So maybe this person just,
Doesn't
Need
have
someone to tell
yeah.
them.
and you're hanging with this person makes sense, but they have one thing that they just haven't figured out yet. So
That smell.
help them.
How many times did you tell them?
If you say it the first time
Say
and
the first time and the guy, he tries.
Okay, now I'm confessing because there's some people who have like, but it has worked eventually.
Hey, you keep telling him, bro, it didn't
I'm
work.
like, today is better, but
There's still a way to go.
I think I do it from a very good place. You get
Yeah.
it? Like, you guys, how can your boy smell and you let him smell?
oh, you know me, a thing that I do. I can't say it directly, but I can be like, I do this thing where, especially if I've been out for long, I keep like checking my armpits. So I'll check in front of you. Then, are my armpits cover? So that you also feel prompted to check yours.
Well, guys are in
Hey,
their
so
own
you'd be like,
world.
yo, that's no my
Yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
now let me smell
First,
yours.
Yeah,
no, my-
yeah.
Now, yeah.
No, but like, remember,
Man, you're not cow. You're not cow. You tricked him.
why have you folded your face like that? I don't fold my face to that
Okay, no,
extent.
it's also good to rub off on people.
Yeah.
In life, it's one of everybody's ambitions is to be someone else's inspiration.
Yeah.
In one way or another, the smallest ways at work, at wherever you are.
Yeah.
But there's some things, man. You can be jamming and you smell your armpits. I'm like, why is that nigga smelling his armpits?
but-
What's wrong with you?
But remember, like for chicks, yeah, when we're like, oh, let's go to the washroom, or we go in groups and whatnot. So when you're touching up, right, you can touch up your lip gloss, your lipstick, but you can't touch up Dio. So I'll be like, oh, smell me. I'm like, oh, uncle, let me smell you. Like that.
The good thing is you asked us. So me, For them, it's a bit different. You know, they actually go to help each other.
Yeah.
As guys, man, your boy can be smelling,
Yeah.
and you harden the whole, you pat with even hug him.
I've actually never told a guy, bro, you smell crazy right now. I've never.
So let me ask you, Melvin, if I told you, man, if I smell if you're kawa, will you allow?
I might give an excuse like, man, I left house without wearing deodorant today.
But at least you got the point.
Yeah.
And you get, it's better to come from your boy than someone random just walking away from you and like the nigga smells. You get, like...
You change the way you hug when you realize that you smell?
Yeah.
How do you hug?
Like when like a side under hug.
Yeah, you know, like an L hug.
Yeah.
An L hug from the body.
Man,
like
I can't
this.
even pick my phone and just walk away because smelling is special.
I hear it.
Me, I have a very sensitive nose, so smell is everything.
I hear it.
Smell is everything.
Yeah,
You should
I
be in silo after you guys have left, eh? When we have all
smells
poured
crazy.
beer, shisha, you're like, man, what was this? I just walk away and pray that by the time I come back, the smell is gone.
Like this.
Yeah.
Because silo has AC blasting.
Yeah,
at
it
all
does.
times.
Yes, but we have
fans.
AC, we have extractors, we have
Yeah.
fans, all that. Well, that was mostly for aeration, but aeration at the end of the day is smell. But man, the times like in the middle of the night, I go to the toilet and I'm just deflated. Eh? You realize like it's okay. Everyone thinks it's okay, but because I'm so sensitive, even the cleaners when they see me coming, you just see them flying with air fresheners. What? Because I just can't take it. When we had just started, there was a lot of good comments about the smell of our toilets, and I guess at the time it was about traffic. You know, we hadn't yet got traffic. But still, I made sure when we were cleaning, we'd put essential oils in the water, we put diffusers in the vents. Like, at least let them be some level of freshness. Because it's not very open. It seems open, but it's not very open.
No, I think that the high ceilings definitely help.
They do help, yes.
Yeah.
They do. But at the end of the day, having 500 plus people in a place, you're bound to have some issues. So we try to make sure we counter them with the AC, with the fans, with the extractors. That's why at least it stays fresh.
I'm going to start smelling your boys and reporting to you, man.
Yeah, I'll tell them.
Smelling
Like
who's
a
boy.
man.
Okay, at like 2 a.m. It's okay. Like, you know what? It's okay. I think I walks in, man, bro.
It's
We have just
8
begun.
p.m., bro. Yeah.
I'm still sober.
And you know, these drinks also have present a lot of order, different orders.
yes,
Everybody's body reacts differently to smokes, cigarettes, and all that, right? So, 1 hour into a strong night, a hard party night, you've taken 10 shots of tequila. There's already that effect. You've had a couple of cigarettes, maybe some joints, whatever. By the time someone, hey, bro, you're like,
and also booze makes you sweat.
Yes.
Like
So,
you feel really.
Me, I think, back to the original point, because I said I will not say some things. Back to the original point, if it's your boy, tell him. Yeah, tell him.
Man,
Man, tell him.
And if it's-
if you are noticing it, what are other people who don't know him saying?
I know.
Like that
I
whole
know.
crew smells.
I don't think I can tell my boy he smells unless he's a smelly guy. That makes sense. That makes sense.
As in, he's
Some
known
guys-
for smelly.
Yeah, but some guys,
Like that's
it's
their
once in a
thing.
while. Like you said, sometimes it's
Actually,
situation.
yes,
right?
Yeah.
yes.
Like, okay, this guy has never smelled
Actually,
bad.
Like he has had a long day.
You say it well. You've
Yeah.
brought it out well. Because even me, if it's a smelly guy, actually, if it's a smelly guy, I probably wouldn't bother. I'm like, man, this one, that's the way it is. Got used to it. The car is
Probably has
dirty,
a
the house
condition,
is
yeah.
dirty, everything is
That's why
just
he
dirty.
sits in your car and he leaves the seat smelling like himself. I may
Yeah.
have to tell him that, bro. You
No,
don't
you
smell
know,
kawa, man.
actually, I'm more inclined to someone who has had like a long day and has missed something.
Yeah.
Like, hey, bro, today, why you forgot your cup of perfume?
Yeah, man, have some deal in the car, man.
Hey,
and
let
a
me
cup
go
of
and
perfume,
meet
let
us.
me-
I have chewing gum. Have
Yeah.
guys ever given you chewing
Oh.
gum? You're like, why are you giving me chewing gum? What are you trying
Yeah.
to say?
My guy gives me chewing gum.
Let me tell you something, yeah? I can go home.
No, but guys are smart. Guys will pop out their own.
Yeah, to
man,
chew.
do you
So what
want-
you say, man.
Hey,
And you're like, guy, we're in the middle
What
of
do you mean,
tequila
why
shots. Why are you
one?
giving me chewing gum?
Like one.
And
want
you
some
know,
gum.
they're just the guy. Hey,
man,
you know
bag,
what?
bro.
All of a sudden,
cool,
Listen,
babe.
who's that the guy?
and you know how the
My
club
parents are
is.
notorious for
You
that.
know how the club is loud, so you're all face to face. Like you have to get close to each other's faces to speak. So you bend down to whisper, and then someone offers you. I just have to go home.
No, my,
That's it. It's
my
a
mom-
wrap.
I just have to go.
my mom used to be notorious, but hers was different.
Eh.
She'd be like, Did you brush? Did you brush? Oh, it used to hit hard, bro. I used to be like, my shit is milk. What?
Did you brush? Ay.
Anyway, man, listen. Welcome back to our Mob Jazz podcast. I'm Melvin.
That was a nice break.
And today we are joined by our brother,
Ryan.
Ryan.
Yay.
I'm going to say both of you.
Okay.
Let's go. Ryan, Ryan, AK. Yo, man, this has been a long time coming, bro.
Sure.
We posted you on our Instagram at the beginning of the week. We got a lot of responses from our audience. And we should have posted on Snapchat so we could have seen what your people would have said as well.
Better for me.
Yeah.
Survive that.
Listen, I'm sure guys are going to be excited for this episode.
Right.
Before we start, we just like to touch base with guys, see how guys are feeling.
All right.
So how are you feeling, man?
I'm good. I mean, it's a Friday. So I've started early. It's a bit hot. The fan is on. Let's see how the night ends.
Love
So
it.
Good energy.
Casper,
Fantastic.
how are you?
I'm okay. Decided to be more positive in life.
Love it.
I'm going to be complaining only twice a month.
Okay. Carl, you
think
let
I've
us
read
know in advance when you're going to complain.
Mama, you complain. Life should be what you want. Not doing what you want,
If
you
it's not that you want
complain.
complain.
Yeah.
Fair.
Don't complain about yourself, though.
Yeah.
No,
That's your own
no.
problem.
No. I complain about literally everything and everyone. But since they've allowed me to complain, let me say one thing. Is it just me or are kids of these days so full of joy? Kids in my neighborhood.
Like kids?
Like kids, like school-going children, come back home from school at 5 o'clock and scream until 9 p.m.
But that's how we were.
No, I don't remember that. I'm tired. They're so loud.
Do you know how happy childhood is?
No, but
I don't want to know.
You see.
As in?
what she forgets is the only reason she knows that now is because she's an adult.
Yes.
We were the kids when she was a
Yeah.
kid. So she was screaming with us.
Bro, we were happy as these kids are not even happy.
These kids
enough,
are not
bro.
happy. Like
They're not even
I
happy
honestly don't get, like, these kids are miserable.
Bro, in my neighborhood, there is love. There is community. The Indians and the black kids, best of friends. They scream from 5:30 until, like, first of all, why are you still out at almost 8?
Bro,
Why
are you Hitler? Like you don't want the races to join? What's
Also,
your
like,
beef?
okay, no, but also, there's a basis to that statement because back in the day, man,
It's trickier.
Bro.
It was trickier for sure.
but
It was
those guys
trickier.
had beef, man. We just them.
Yeah, it was trickier. Those guys were not athletic. The guys were not good to have on your team. The guys could not
They were
run.
falling
The
sick.
Back in
You
that
pinch
day.
the guy, he turns
The
red,
guy
he can report you.
couldn't come to your crib and eat there.
Exactly. And you couldn't
you
go to
couldn't
their
go to your
crib
crib
and eat.
Yeah.
So why are you acting
When
like
they
it's
give
not
you a piece
new?
of chicken, you go home crying of chili.
Man.
So I was like, no, when I noticed it, I was like, oh, that's interesting. Because obviously I think the Indian kids go to like Indian schools.
And you know when we were in school with them, they always came with food and we didn't.
Yes, they
I
always
didn't
came with
like
their
There was that
And they
beef.
kept their hair.
Yeah.
Nigga was shining over here.
Yeah.
These kids have harmony, joy,
Yeah.
and noise.
I love that.
I mean, that's nice to see.
I love that. That's the point.
Brother, I
stayed
stay on the
for-
ground floor.
for a bit in the Bugalovi flats, eh? So, picture this, you come back Friday night, actually Saturday morning. Proper vegetable. While you're coming in, but they're so sweet also, by the way. They're greeting you in the stairwell. Hi,
Yeah.
what's your name? I can barely see you, but I see a short thing. And then you get into your room, and they're just making noise. So
You can't
I used to be mad at it, but then I realized when I left, I realized like I was missing that noise. Like it was refreshing to hear joy and Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know why. I guess because this day school is tough. Eh?
No, listen, I was complaining. They've been, first of all, when did holidays start reaching Feb 3rd? These kids were on holiday until Feb 3rd.
Yeah, that's when they reach.
That's the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I would complain to my mom, right?
You're a hater. I've actually never seen this level of hate.
I was
You're hating on children. You've chosen to start the pod by hating on kids.
I'd be on the phone with my mom and I'm like, I'm so sick and tired of these children. Like, bruh, now they still have energy. I feel like after school, would be rushing to come home and watch TV. I don't remember coming home to play after school.
We used to
We had to
play.
come and Watch what?
Yeah, I would
Juniper
used to
Lee or something like
play.
that, or like Kim Possible or something.
There was a standard procedure of looking for kids in the evening. Eh?
Yes.
Where are my kids?
All of us that
Where
just
those
Which
guys-
houses? Which house
Who
are
has the
these?
ball? Who remained with the ball?
Yeah. They weren't even allowed for us to come home and straight just watch TV.
Hey,
If
bro.
the sun is up,
They send
first
you
go
out.
outside.
Yeah,
Go outside and play.
Anyway, I'm a hater, I think.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
official.
So
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure you're hating.
I'm doing my best. Someone commented that they love everyone on the pod except me because I'm a hater, so they don't trust me.
There
Yeah.
has to be a balance.
I saw that.
But I can feel the hate already.
But-
So
Yeah. Do you want to tell the audience what they should do?
Yes. Hi, guys. Oh, my God. Let me first give credit where credit's due. Guys have really been engaging, commenting. I love it. I stay in the comments responding and liking. Whoever said they saw my hand reaching for a glass or
Guys
something,
like your hand, man.
and it encourages them to subscribe to the Patreon, to pay the 5 years. You first pay and we see. Don't threaten us with a good time. Pay.
I can
Vouch for it.
speak
Yeah.
with a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
Pay for the 5 USD.
Very nice view out here.
Yeah. Don't pay. Don't threaten us with a good time. But yeah, feel free. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe to our YouTube. Hit the notification bell so that you know every time we have a new episode dropping, which on YouTube is every Wednesday. Most importantly, Patreon.
Yep.
We have a cute little community that we are growing on our Patreon that will run you just a mere 5 USD. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 a month. Access to more than 200 episodes. Access to 2 episodes a week. That's Wednesday and Saturday. As well as early access to March when it drops. And we're cooking, guys.
We're cooking.
We're cooking.
We're cooking.
When it comes to our socials, it's the Mob Jazz Podcast on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, and now on Snapchat.
Add us on Snap.
We
Add
joined
us on
Snapchat today.
Yeah.
So by the time this comes out, you'll have seen our Snapchat.
Can Asylum guys actually tag our yeah.
Our Snap.
Actually, that would be
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, guys. So hit us up. We love hearing from you and
Yeah.
welcome.
Nice.
So
For
I'm your
those of
first
you,
guy on Snapchat.
yes.
Ah, okay.
Very fast, bro.
I like being the first at
very,
many
very
things.
fast. Yeah.
Trailblazer.
Make sure you snap him actually.
Yeah, I'm going
Yeah,
to.
Okay.
I'm going to.
But in the sun, eh?
Yeah, of course.
Before
Lighting
you guys
very
ask, Sydney hasn't joined us today. He is ridiculously late. He'll explain himself to you guys and to us.
Casper, you promised to announce how early I was.
Oh yeah,
Oh
man.
my
On
God.
time I was.
So, yeah, because early is on time is late, and late is unforgivable.
That's a bar. That's a bar.
Okay, all she wanted to say is I was on time.
Literally.
Yeah, I came before them.
we told Ryan to be here by 4.
Yeah.
We got here at 3:36. He was seated with a drink.
Yeah.
Like the
He
drink
had time
was
to, yeah.
sweating. He
Yeah.
had been here.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
I like that. I like that.
Take
I
things
like
seriously.
that. Yeah.
Man.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Certain type of man.
Man.
Say it again. Just say it again.
Man. Anyways, where do we begin, man? Maybe just tell our audience who you are. I guess a bit about yourself.
Oh, okay.
Where do we begin?
I'm Ryan. About myself. You didn't tell me I had to say that, man.
Okay.
Who tells people about
Okay,
themselves?
okay.
Anyway,
Who you are, like what you do.
I'm a
Yeah.
male young man.
You're a young man.
Ryan's actually such a young man. You know,
Yeah.
that's the one thing that guys, it's easy to miss.
Yeah.
Well,
But I
anyways,
look
think.
young, man. I try to say I look old.
You look young, but
no,
like
based off of like I guess maybe what you do or what people know you for.
you. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm crazy. I'm quite crazy. I'm insane. Yeah, I've done
You're
a
not
lot of
insane.
insane.
I don't believe
You're not
that.
insane. You're just you're very ambitious, bro, and you're very
Yeah, no.
a hungry guy.
Yes. Anyway, yes, I'm hungry. I'm ambitious. I love business. I love, research and creativity, finding new boundaries to break, stuff like that. I mean, I like to live a bit on the edge as well. I love my friends. I love my family. I like to be happy. So I figured the best way to be happy is to fulfill what's in my mind and my heart. So ideally, I can't be a very complicated person to understand, but it's at the same time very simple. It's business, it's money, it's growth, it's family, it's development, it's fun. I love to have fun whenever I can. So
It's Silo.
It's Silo, man.
That's why lad,
You are
it's business.
dying.
It's fun. It's this. It's
Hey, you
this.
know, we've been describing silo.
Yeah.
Hey, I think that's where it came from.
That's
It's
too
like,
funny, bro.
It's
That is
Silo
too funny.
15, man.
Yeah.
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 I've actually been wanting. I don't think I've asked you this before. Did you name it after watching the series, or have you watched the series before?
I've had to answer that question like
A
a
million
thousand
times.
times.
Yeah.
So, funny story. I didn't even know the series existed.
Uh-huh.
What happened was, so I have another. Originally, the original name was Chama House. So I built it and designed. You know, when you create a name, you kind of get a vision. When you name something, like when you have a puppy or a dog, when you name it, you kind of see it in a certain light. So I built that place with the name in mind, and the name was Chama House. But the more I said it, it was too long. It was too. It's like, where are you? I'm a Chama. It wasn't flowing. But I named it Chama House because I had a company called Chama Nation, another entertainment brand. And I really wanted to grow it and keep it going. So eventually at some point I gave up and I'm like, you know what, I need to find a new name. And it was late. I was like 2 weeks into opening. Okay, 3 weeks into opening. So I look and I'm looking, I'm like, okay, what can I get this name from? So I'm like, okay, colors, food, nah. Like I was thinking about the things that were already in front of me because the place was done. I was left with like a few touches and I had decided officially I'm changing the name 2-3 weeks to the day I was going to open. So I look at it and I realize it looks like a warehouse. So I was having a discussion with my brother. I'm like, it looks like a warehouse. We're just joking about it. I'm like, do you realize we built a warehouse? Like it's just a warehouse. So okay. What's a warehouse? A warehouse is storage. Okay, so what's another cool name for storage? So I considered calling it warehouse. So I Googled, like Google warehouse. Just see what picture comes out and what word comes out. I actually have this thing where I get words and put them together, like words that don't make sense, like warehouse restaurant or warehouse bar or warehouse night out, stuff like that. So I kept looking. I'm like, nah, then I got rid of the word warehouse. Eventually, because the word storage came from the word warehouse, so I figured out what other name is there for storage. And the word silo popped up. I'm like, silo. Yeah, and then I didn't for a long time. So you see, the original name was Chama House. One of the first things I didn't want to do was say lounge, bar and restaurant. I didn't want those titles. So I wanted another word. So I'm like, now what do I call it? Silo lounge? No. Silo bar? Yuck. Silo restaurant? Ew. So I'm like, what do I call it? So I wanted another thing. So I think I was finishing up with the paperwork of the location because I had been paying slowly. And the plot number is 15.
It's 15, yeah.
Oh,
Damn.
No, for the 15 thing, I always assumed it's because it's plot 15. Anyway, maybe that's Bugolo.
The TV show is called Silo 15, is it not?
It's Silo 15.
Yeah.
But the series is also called Silo
Yes.
15.
The series is not called Silo 15.
Isn't it?
Is it?
No.
You
Guys,
bro.
relax.
It's called Silo.
Check.
It's called, and actually, I honestly had no idea.
That
And
the
people kept
series
joking
existed.
about it, and I didn't even know what they were saying.
Yeah.
Until I think someone sent me a screenshot. Sent me a screenshot of the series. And then I was like, oh, and I pretended like I knew.
Yeah.
So I had to go and watch it a bit.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Yeah.
And apparently the show is good as hell.
Yeah, I was like-
Apparently.
It's called Silo. It's not
just
Silo
Silo.
15.
Yeah, not Silo 15.
Fair.
No, the 15 thing, I always assumed it was because of the plot.
Yeah.
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 Okay, nice.
For me, it was because I just didn't want to put the usual words.
Yeah.
Okay, dope.
So
And I
that's
think
where
I
am
think that was like such a good decision because now when I think silo, I don't think restaurant, I don't think bar, I don't think it's like it's
Actually,
everything.
funny story. A lot of the way you remember, we didn't over announce when we were opening. We didn't because I wanted it to morph. I wanted it to I said I know I'm going to get the first 100 people into this place. I was a bit particular about which 100 people because I wanted to do organic marketing. So I said, let me bring these people, make sure these people are here and they know about Silo even before it opens, so that they determine which direction it takes. Because I trust their characters and their taste and stuff like that. So it was a very organic thing. So I didn't even want to tell them it's not a club, it's not a bar, it's not a restaurant. I was like, let's just go, And I don't know. Now I can't even say what it is because really it's
Whatever
whatever
it
it
works.
is,
Yeah,
it's
it's
one
Silo,
thing to you and another thing
yeah.
to you, and
Because I'll say, I think I've eaten at Silo more than I've been out at Silo.
Yeah, actually.
Really?
I've been there to eat more times than I've been.
You know, now for me, I think of it as like, oh, okay, we've eaten. Then when my friends are like, oh, let's go to the club, and then we go to Silo.
That's a funny thing. I keep telling people, by the way, you can come and
The
eat
food is
here
power.
and club here.
Yeah.
Man,
We open at 1 p.m.
I should actually go to
And
Silo
that
for
daytime
lunch.
food, I'm not that
Hey.
daytime food. You guys
Fire.
are sleeping on that daytime food,
Fire.
man.
Yeah.
I should
I'll tell you
actually
that.
have
No,
lunch
we
at Silo.
took a lot of time. I was like, at least if I'm to do this thing in this place, let me do my best. You know, I mentioned that earlier. I was like, at least let me do my best. If people don't appreciate it, then my best is not good enough. But if, from my point of view, actually when I was building and I designed it myself. I said I want to do a place I would enjoy. And by the way, you guys weird, eh?
No, you blasted.
I
You
overblasted.
blasted.
There was that thing of me smiling. I was like, you guys are joking. I'm a bit plastic. I'm a bit crawling.
You blasted.
I've never been excited. I always love Friday. I'm like, Friday. Because I'm actually going to have a good time.
Yeah.
So when I was designing it, I was like, I needed to come up with something I would enjoy. So even the food, the chefs, everything, we took a lot of time. Those guys were trained for 6-7 months. And we're paying them to come for those trainings just so that it would be perfect. And to be honest, you guys who are starting businesses, invest in that shit. Because I barely do shit, honestly. I just create all these funny ideas you see, the events we do, the different decorations, the different setups. That's what I do. But in terms of the people we hired and trained, those guys know what they're doing. Like, I just come and point a few fingers, make a little bit of noise to show presence, but barely, I don't find like fundamental things going wrong. It's always the small little details, because I took time to sink into them what I wanted. We got professionals to, I thought I put this thing in silent. We got professionals to handle those things, right? I agreed with the professionals, gave them my version of the vision, and told them to convert it into, we had them do examinations to get the jobs, yeah? And that stuff, I didn't believe in it in the beginning, but eventually I got sold, and it works. If you train people, if you pay people well, and if you invest time in showing them what you understand, eventually they work out.
Nice. Okay. I don't want us to get ahead of ourselves because guys
Yeah.
have so many questions about about the business.
You inadvertently end up
Yes.
answering.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, I want to explain
sell
to
my
guys.
business in jokes. Yeah, I need
No,
to
you
slow
sell
down.
it, guys. Sell it. First of all, we were part of the marketing.
Uh-huh.
The authentic marketing you're talking about. We talked about that place here, man. We talked about that place on this pod. Anyway, that aside, I want to
Always
explain
one
to guys
microphone
how.
muted. That better not be mine.
No, it's in
It's
his
in
mic.
his mic.
We talked about how I want to talk about how this pod came to be,
Yeah.
like you coming on the pod.
Yeah.
If you guys recall the fake booze clip,
Jesus.
so many people reached out about that clip. Right, that was our first clip of the year. I guess guys were hungry for a clip.
Yeah.
It was also a good clip though. So
Yeah.
people had a lot to say. The comments were going crazy. And one way or another, Ryan landed in my DMs.
Uh-huh.
Now I had been responding to guys, and to be fair, everyone else that was responding was just laughing or agreeing or saying something, but not something of like too much substance, right? Now, you are the only person who I had an actual conversation with about the clip,
Yeah.
and you went like in depth about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Windek has joined us. That's Windek. That's that mic. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so I want us to have that conversation now on mic. What was your problem with the clip? Maybe Windek,
No.
you'll replay the fake booze clip here.
It wasn't a problem with the clip.
Okay.
It was okay. So, for starters, I feel like I need to watch the clip just put myself in the same position I was.
We can pause and
no,
watch the
no,
clip.
no.
Okay.
I'm just saying. For starters, because there were several issues I had with the clip.
Okay.
Right. Again, and I said this to you. I agree. There is a lot of fake alcohol, and people are right to be mad about it. Right. But I'll tell you this: there are so many factors that we have to consider. And one of the things that was mentioned was when you take alcohol in, say, place X in the UK or Europe or whatever, you get drunker faster than you take the same alcohol in Uganda. You yourself in the clip mentioned dumping. Dumping is something that we can't control. And now I'm speaking now from us who sell the alcohol. That's one. We can't control that. And this is just one of the issues I had with this clip.
The conversation.
Yes, the conversation. There are factors that we can't control. So the first one that I told you about is, yes, people do dump. Companies dump. And they dump everything from machinery to cars to what, everything. Doesn't mean it's fake.
Interesting. Okay.
And also dumping, when you use the word dumping, it feels like they're giving us like factory rejects.
Yes.
No,
That's what I think dumping.
No. Isn't dumping, they specifically create stuff maybe with cheaper materials for a cheaper market. Yeah.
Yes.
A bit lower, like a bit, yeah.
Yes. Ideally, you see, when it comes to alcohol, a small change can affect so many things, because alcohol to one extent is like a natural organism.
Okay.
You get it changes with different. I don't want to even get to that point because I'm about to bring it.
Okay.
But again, when you use the word dumping, it feels like they're giving us factory rejects. There's markets. There's African market, there's European market, there's American market, there's Asian market. Different things are produced for different markets. So if you go to Asia and have this particular, I'll use non-alcoholic things for them, maybe biscuit. Actually, let's go things like that. You know, you order. You remember digestives, the old digestives we've eaten forever.
Yeah.
You go to Europe and eat a digestive.
You're like, this thing tastes different.
And some of them, guess what? You prefer what's here.
Yeah.
Like you eat something. What the hell? Fanta.
Fanta, yes.
Fanta is the best example.
Yeah.
You know, I think in each country where Fanta is colorless. Colorless. Yes.
I know.
Are they using real oranges?
So that country in particular, I think, banned food color. So Fanta, it looks like lemon juice. Interesting. It's something like lemon juice.
Citrus.
But the taste is the same.
Interesting, yeah.
So they have all the same. Okay, not the same fully, because at the end of the day, when something is different, it's different.
Yeah.
So,
if I drink Fanta and my tongue isn't orange,
I've
not drunk Fanta, man.
And even when actually, I picked a perfect example.
Fanta is
Yeah.
You guys, even here, you drink one Fanta and the second one, it's different. That's mass production, etc. So that's one of the things. The markets the products they're producing are produced for our markets. Okay. So you can't directly compare with what you get in European countries or in the UK or in the US for many products. Okay. The second thing, and which is the point I know you're interested in, and it's a very simple point. Alcohol is affected by many things. As the alcohol itself. This glass has been here a few minutes, right? Even the alcohol in it, from when they got it out of the bottle compared to now, the taste has changed. It's just because I am used to a taste in the glass after a while and in the glass just when I put it. Just by pouring a beer in a glass or a whiskey or a gin and keeping it there for a while, it changes. Just as simple as that. Now I want you to think about I'll give you an example. Most of the Glens that we drink, they're made in Scotland, in the Glen Islands, Glen Valley. So, and please put your disclaimer there. Whatever I said, I'm not sure about.
They know.
Trust me, bro.
I have at least a little more information than. And also, that's why I don't come out saying random things that just throw things out.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, for example, by the time a whiskey that has been aged maybe 10, even 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, it leaves a barrel and goes into a bottle and is put on a train and taken to a bar in London. And then you come from work and you drink that bottle, right? 3-4 days from the day it came out of the barrel. I want you to think about what it takes for a bottle of 20-something-year-old or 15 or 12-year-old whiskey to get to a bar on Bandari Rise. If I tell you the process, which is what I told him, because I had time then, I was like, let me take you through it so that you can understand what I'm saying. First of all, we know alcohol is affected by heat. Alcohol is affected by shaking.
That's what I was going to say, in the tropical climate.
And the desert, and the cold.
I'm going to use the simplest explanation I can show you.
Okay.
You go to Scotland, there is a factory. Let's say Glen something. I won't mention anything. Glen something. They make the alcohol, they store it for 15 years, they bottle it, they prepare it. First of all, they're preparing African market already.
Yeah.
Even if they are not, they prepare it, they pack it. An aggregator, say from Dubai, one person X who sells alcohol, who exports alcohol to Africa, places an order from this factory in
Scotland.
A container, a truck is going to be loaded with this alcohol. Let's say it's winter. Driven through winter, the ice cold of winter. Put at an ICD or a container yard, sits there maybe a week or two before it's lifted again. Meanwhile, that truck has been shaking the alcohol like no man's business. That container is put on a ship. The ship takes about 6 weeks to get to Dubai. Dubai is probably either winter or summer, whatever conditions it's in. It's sitting in a container, right? That container is got off a ship. It sits in another container yard before some revenue authority there clears it. Then it moves from there. That's like now 8 weeks. It's right there. Now it's in a different condition, different temperatures. It moves from there, goes to that person's, the aggregator's store, and then one Chikubo dealer in Uganda makes an order from Dubai in a place called Sharjah. Sharjah is far from the port. It also is driven all that way, right? Then Sharjah, it sits in a warehouse, 35-degree warehouse. Inside there, it's literally boiling. There's this one bottle that you're going to drink. It's under everything down there. And then they have to now separate. It says this order wants 3 Glen, 10 tequila, this. They lift and throw into another container, right? That container moves from there to another ICD in Dubai before it's put on a ship to Mombasa. That's another, 3 weeks to Mombasa. In Mombasa, they stop in Nairobi on a truck. First of all, it sits in Mombasa, different weather, for 2 weeks waiting to be cleared. Long story short, the conditions that it goes through before it gets just to this supplier in Chikubo. In that area, and then to a store in Silo, and then to a store in Silo, bar in Silo, your glass, and some random ice. And then you take a sip.
Some random ice.
I see.
Come on.
That life circle, bro.
There is no way you can compare that drink
to something
in London is
in the UK.
Get.
Yeah.
And the first thing that happens to alcohol like that is probably, and I'm not speaking from a very informed position, but probably it's going to lose its effect or even increase. Some of us have drunk alcohol and you're like, that bottle was tough.
Man.
Yeah, that's true.
You get. And other times you drink and like, what the hell was this?
Yeah.
But I will also not disagree that there is a lot of fake alcohol. What I'll tell you is a lot of brands are trying, a lot of these distributors are trying to follow up with where this fake alcohol is coming from.
Yeah.
COVID brought a very big change because the supply had gone down, because there's not a lot of motion, there's not a lot of movement of alcohol from abroad. Most of these companies misthought the whole thing and thought because of COVID, alcohol consumption is going to go down. I remember Hennessy, the company that does Hennessy, wrote an apology. They even traveled to all these countries apologizing for not having enough Hennessy, because once you turn off the process, remember it's a 5-year process. Once you turn it off, it can't just come back.
You can't just start like that, yeah.
So many companies turned off, cut their staff, thinking COVID. So that created a problem. And instead, alcohol consumption went almost doubled, right? So people started scrambling, and now there was a gap.
And that's where guys snuck in.
So what I'm trying to say, and this is the second problem I had with the clip. Alcohol in Uganda is fake? No. Is there fake alcohol in Uganda? Yes. Is there fake alcohol in the world? Not. Actually, there is more fake alcohol in Europe and abroad than there is in Uganda and other smaller countries, right? Because there's bigger market for it there.
Yeah.
You understand? I mean, it's anything you'd think about. Anything we have in Uganda is where there's a bigger population, right? It's because here, we're dealing with smaller numbers, right? So if you're saying like drugs, there's drugs in Uganda, right? But there's only 56 million people in Uganda. So how much drugs are in Europe?
True.
You get? So at the end of the day, my second problem with it was you can't, and this was to my brother because this is his podcast, your podcast. I'm like, you can't just wake up and say Uganda has fake alcohol. When you make that a clip, it affects even our image as a country. We have a problem. We have many problems, right? You have many
We
problems.
have very many.
But I'll tell you one, and I this is a shout out to the people who distribute alcohol and supply alcohol. To me, those guys put in time and money to figure out what the hell is going on, right? Even us, honestly, I've had a few incidences, but they're very rare. And unfortunately, we talked about this earlier, reported speech.
Yeah.
That one person who lands on a bottle that's not fully what they expected, then creates an identity for everyone else. I will also not mention, but call out on those people who know, because we know that there are people and businesses that are functioning on fake alcohol, right? That stuff seeps into our businesses, seeps into other businesses. I mean, it's not my place to control them. All I can say is, yes, we shout out and we make noise and we're pissed, but we can't say that Uganda has fake alcohol. For a fact,
Generalizing.
yes, the generalizing of it, for a fact, a bottle in UK will never. There is no way, there's no science that exists unless you fly with it.
Yeah. And even then.
The pressure
But
probably
my
affects it.
my only thing would be, well, like when I first thought about it, I'll be like, if you think about it, how would, especially like towards like why dumping is rational, right? How would a Ugandan, a typical average Ugandan, afford the same price point? You get like, how do you think you have the exact same drink? It's coming from the same company, but how do you think you have the exact same drink at the price that you do? Do you understand? And yet everybody in the chain has to make a profit. They'll probably use the same ingredients, but they can use, like, let's say this one is from a certain part of Mexico. This one is technically not from Mexico, but it's the same plant or whatever.
I was mentioning to you, and it's there, it's known. Tequila these days is no longer the tequila we used to drink.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've talked about this before. I've talked to so many people about it, about how much of that, the agave plant, the one that makes tequila. One plant makes maybe 6 bottles, and we're assuming that nothing goes wrong. And so if with some, plus or minus 2 bottles, right? One plant, some of them take up to 30 years. 7, there's brands that have a plant that's like, genetically modified. It'll take 7 years, one plant. Others take 30 years to grow. So you imagine, if that entire plant is going to give you only 4 bottles, how many plants do you need for that tequila we consume in the world?
Yeah.
Let alone Bandali Strip.
So it's actually known that even companies that we call reputable have converted what the tequila process was back then compared to now. And it's our fault. We drink too much. We want so much of it.
Yeah.
True. At the end of the day, if you come and I tell you I don't have tequila,
how can you not have tequila?
Let me tell you, like the next day, switch on the TikTok. How's that silo?
They are
No tequila.
No tequila.
But guys, how's that silo last night? The whole silo. Mind you, it was only midnight. Yeah.
So I'll say, to conclude that point, yes, there is fake alcohol. Yes, be vigilant, because some of that shit could probably be poisoning us or whatever.
Likely,
But in general, guys are actually, some of us at least, we put in a lot of time we buy stuff expensively. Yeah. Don't cut corners to make sure we have quality stuff. Yeah. Yes, we are not 100% perfect because it's a vice, right? I will not be able to know what's inside a bottle until it's open.
Yeah.
Right? I can only do my best, and a lot of people out here, a lot of restaurants and bars are actually taking their time to do a lot of work to make sure we're not selling fake stuff, right? We're spending money on that stuff. These companies, I don't want to mention, just so I don't have a bias, but many of these companies are actually putting time. They come to us, we sit with them, and we explain to them. We keep the bottles that we find. We take them back to them. They even pay. They're like,
or the fakes, eh?
Yes, like, let's replace this with 5 bottles just so we understand what they're putting in this bottle. And they give us results. They tell us, you know what, we found this bottle has gin, it has a mix of this and this and the other. So there's a lot of time going into that. So I would not want us to generalize. Be vigilant, be careful. If some places strike you to constantly have fake alcohol, maybe there's something going wrong there. But to generalize it, man, guys, our nightlife is sweet. We can't sell it badly. You know?
That's true.
And some of us have put money.
That's true.
Yeah,
that
makes
was
a
my
lot of
point.
sense.
Okay, I like that. I think we should actually get into questions, but let's take a quick break and then come back.
Okay. I have a question.
Okay. So yeah. So we asked our audience to ask some questions.
Yeah.
Questions directed at you. And guys had a lot of questions, man. So we needed to reserve a fair amount of the pod to you.
Nice that we
So
took a break before that.
Yeah.
let's get into it, man.
But also, to be fair, some are not questions, they're just statements.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're nice statements.
You'll see.
Yeah.
Another drink.
Don't worry, we are friends. We are
Another
friends.
drink.
Not crying on the pod.
Oh, my demons have come to haunt me.
So this is a statement.
Okay.
I already told you. Where there's that shorty at the entrance. Aveyo man.
Sorry, what interest? I don't get you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do clubs randomly close after 2 to 3 years?
That's a very good question because it haunts many of us at night. They don't necessarily close. It is there's so many factors. One, trends. Because we're a developing country, we keep discovering new trends and new fashion and new types of fun. So some people just can't keep up. Two, management. Funny, as much as people might think clubs make a lot of money, clubs equally lose a lot of money. So some people give up. They're like, we can't take it anymore. What's happening?
Man, speaking of
Speaking
clubs,
of
man. Speaking of clubs
Speaking
and
of
years
clubs.
of being open.
What's it?
1 year anniversary.
Happy 1 year
Oh.
anniversary, bro.
Isn't Silo turning one?
Oh, thank
Happy
you.
1 year anniversary. This was actually supposed to be like for Valentine's Day, bro.
Do you know, I've been seeing guys getting flowers. I'm like, I
Yeah.
want flowers.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Nah, you're welcome,
Okay,
bro.
Yeah, thank
That was
you.
meant to be for Valentine's Day, and then I told you today I found out your anniversary was coming up. I was like, perfect,
We
man.
both know I was not getting Valentine's
Perfect,
flowers.
Do you
Yeah,
like
so this
them?
is for
No,
whatever,
I like
man.
them. Thank you very much.
Did you
And
look
they're
at them?
actually green. You know, green is one of my favorite colors.
Green is my favorite color.
Hard.
That's why the
hard.
walls are green at Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
Here at MJP, we
Yeah,
think.
Listen, yeah, we knew that already.
I have
We knew that
been
already.
bribed.
Yeah,
Yeah, we knew that already.
yeah.
I'm going to give more information.
Lovely.
Yeah, thank you so
All
much.
right.
This is very nice.
Continue to cook. Continue to
Yeah,
cook.
so, I was saying, some people give up. Honestly, it's a very tough business. It's a very demanding business. So, there's the finances. So, some people just can't keep track because you're converting money so fast that some people end up dug up in deep holes. I've been in this business longer than Silo, so I know what I'm saying. I know for the first few years of my previous place, I was just catching up, like I was pulling at straws, and by the time you strike a balance, you're either exhausted or you just can't take it financially. However, also there's another big factor. People lose creativity. Because with our businesses, you have to be creative every night. You have to know who is the best DJ, who is the best artist, what trend are you going for, what's the competition doing, how are you going to market for people to come, how do you keep the information flowing, how do you keep it fresh, all that stuff. There's you only can go so far with creativity. You literally have to create every day. And that's why you see, before even we get to closing, there's reasons why clubs and bars are not open every day. Because you can't serve people the same thing, So eventually, guys just can't keep up. They can't keep up. Then guys are creating, guys are bringing South African DJs, guys are bringing all kinds of theme nights. So if you can't keep up, you lose out. And they're very expensive businesses to run because our overheads are crazy. You're running heavy machinery, you're running, the locations we use are expensive. So one day open without making money is a direct effect to, your finances. So if you can't keep up with the trends, you're out. So ideally, most places, 1 year in, it's the newest, freshest place. Second year, it's like you have to be creative. And then if you're unlucky, competition will come. Third year in, it's up to you. Like, keep up. Do some renovation, change something. We're bored. Then there's another factor that I keep telling my friends, and they joke about it. I'm like, you guys, you're growing old. That means Silo is growing old. When you're done drinking, you get. So your customers also grow up. Where you used to go out every weekend, you can't do it anymore. And you've been selling to these people the whole time. So now to convert and sell to new people, it's a whole other thing. These kids come with new needs.
Keeping it fresh,
Oh my
bro.
God, what you know? So most and our again businesses like ours are based on patronage. So if your patrons are no longer there, man, even you get demoralized. Like, now what am I doing here?
You're alone, man.
Yeah.
Now it's not fun for you anymore.
It's not. It's not. Yeah, I guess without explaining too much detail, in summary, those are like the reasons I'd give.
That's a perfect answer.
That is a perfect answer. I'm gonna do question, statement.
Okay.
Question, statement. This one statement. You've had the rich uncle look since high school. You embody it perfectly, though. Respect.
Aww.
This guy said, "Oh, yeah."
I was sweating. I was like, man, this another statement. They just diss me, man.
That's true.
Thank you.
Yeah, rich uncle since like S4 brown old.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, literally.
I try.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about being a business owner in Uganda, and least favorite part?
Favorite part, and this actually is like some kind of, if it's one thing, it's something I should share. There's a lot of opportunity in here because we're vibrant, we're active, we're working, we're growing. Our economy is growing. The country still has a lot of space, things, you can create something today that still hasn't been done. So the ability to create, like everyone is hungry, everyone is moving, right? We're getting high-paying jobs. We're getting, things are growing. We're in like that growing state. So if you're right in there, it's vibrant, it's moving, right? The worst part. I mean, there's a lot of other, but the worst for me is systems. I'll give you an example. If you want to get like a loan from a bank, I think you need your grandmother at this rate. You get like it's. We have no systems. You get taxed the way the person in front of the computer feels like. Yes, they're trying, but no, the systems here don't favor business. You really have to be aggressive. You have to fight your way out of the systems and the bureaucracies and the lack of a clear path to achieve some of these things like licenses and all that stuff. Some of them are too easy, which is also not good because it makes it too easy for the competition. You put in all the work and someone can just plug and play what you've done, right? So in different fields, there's different challenges, but one of them is systems. You can't transfer a land title. You end up buying a fake land title because the systems are not clear. We don't have, I want to use words, but certain authorities that are, like really don't fulfill their purposes. So you find, but again, where there are no systems, they present opportunities. So
That's true.
It's a catch-22. But yeah, I feel for me, there should be products for business. Like, out there, you create a business, you make sense, and there's support for you. There is support in government, there's support in private businesses, systems, etc. So for me, that's it.
Okay, fair.
Someone just texted, Silo Yavawa. Lo.
No, just fixing that.
Silo
Yeah, that car sound, man. Whenever I see it, I scroll past the snap too quickly, and I'm never able to like save
Save
that.
it.
Yeah, I need
Silo
that.
Yavawa. Does your social battery ever run out?
I said I didn't want to say these things on
You
camera,
don't,
but let me say it. I'm human.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm very intentional about it. I'm very intentional. People who are close to me know I barely get pissed, but I do get pissed. I just don't put it out there. I really do get drained because it's not very easy to maintain a smile all the time, especially. Sometimes I think I look too happy that people forget I'm actually running the place. So, yes, you have to deal with actually running the place. You have to deal with politics of business. You have to deal with politics of people. You have to keep everyone happy. You have to deal with the negative comments. You have to deal with the personal attacks. You have to deal with so many things. And in there, you have to smile. So yes, I do run out. Sometimes I burn out completely. But, I mean, you have to put in the time. You have to lose some to gain some. So I guess it's one of my biggest sacrifices. I do really have to keep my battery charged. So I spend a lot of everything else charging that battery. Yeah.
Okay, before we leave that point,
Yeah.
I remember when this before Silo had opened. I remember you had disappeared for a while,
Yes.
and then you popped back out in the build up to Silo coming.
Yeah.
And you and I had a private conversation. I'm not going to disclose too much of what you said, but in my mind, I always thought that after Silo opened, that I don't know why I thought this, but I thought you'd retreat again. But it seems like you've stayed outside.
No, I'll tell you this. The retreat was very important for me mentally because, man, business is not easy. You know, many of us make it look cool, but it's not easy. So one of the main reasons why I retreated before I did Silo was because I had chosen to do something big, and I knew I needed my entire brain in one place. So I did retreat. I retreated for about a year and a half. Retreated from social gatherings, retreated from social media, retreated from everything, and just I wanted my brain alone, and just I wanted to create. So that was the main reason, really. And when I felt like I had created, one, I wanted to pay myself back. I wanted to have fun again. I wanted to be, happy again. Because it was really tough. Melvin did see me a couple of times. I looked like a madman. I had to sacrifice a lot of stuff to create that place. So part of why I came back is because I wanted to see the fruits. Second reason, man, I'll be honest, I enjoy that place. I really, I look forward to it. I enjoy the company. I enjoy the people we've created, the memories that are there. I keep saying to my friends, man, we've laughed a whole year. Like, we started laughing when we opened the place. We are still laughing now. And it's a good feeling. So I also, without overthinking it, I actually enjoy being, out there. Secondly, I mean, it's my job. I can't. If I'm not there, I mean, for me, in my heart, customer is king. When you come to my place, you've done me a service. So let me serve you. Let me be with you. Let me enjoy with you. Let me make sure you get home safe. Let me check on you. So let me attend your birthday. You came to my place, so it's my job. So being around is my job. Doesn't mean when it's gone, I'll try.
Being a Rawi is his job.
Be a Rawi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Observation. I don't know if this person wanted people to relate or is wondering if you guys relate. Man, I'm fed up of Kampala drivers and border riders. Every time I'm about to take my whip for respraying, someone gives me a fresh scratch and I lose gas to go ahead with a paint job. It was just venting.
I feel you.
I don't know how many times I have that conversation.
Oh my God, bro. I feel you.
No, that's so true.
Yeah, that one hurts.
Yeah.
We relate. You won.
Yeah.
We relate.
Everyone agrees.
Yeah, 100%.
Dress codes.
I saw this one's coming.
Dress codes.
Yeah.
Then they said, take a look, because I think by the time these questions come out, was the pod out? By the time we asked for questions? Well, I think, it was. Anyway,
It was.
dress codes. Let's talk about dress codes and, for example, Hiro, the Japanese restaurant. Their dress code post.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we relate this to Silo because you can only comment on Silo.
Yeah. Again, with a lot of disclaimers. One, I do love to host everybody. I really wish I can host everybody in their best of comfort, right? However, the same people that in some cases will complain about not being let in because they're dressed a certain way, the same arguments they have about being let in dressed a certain way are the same arguments another bunch of people have about letting in people dressed a certain way. I don't want to go into this conversation of there's an image we're trying to keep. No, I try to make Silo free and fun and just. But the thing is, people have to be presentable, and also people have to respect the work we've put in. You know, when you walk into my place wearing random Crocs or something, I'm like, come on, man! Like, these people have dressed up and taken time to show up. We spent a lot of time and money creating a nice place. When you just waltz in sandals and Crocs and shorts, you're kind of just throwing the thing off. However, my dress code and the instruction that I give people is, the people who control that is, as long as somebody is smart and presentable, I don't care whether it's shorts, I don't care whether it's sandals, I don't care whether it's t-shirts or tank tops, as long as it's presentable.
They're presentable.
Don't pull out a vest, a dirty vest. If you want to wear a tank top and show your muscles, wear one that makes sense. You know, wear something that's clean. You're not smelling under the armpits like we were saying earlier. No. You know, if you're gonna
imagine if a silo bouncer says, "Let's put your hand up." Like
Oh, the guy's like,
no, like it's a thing of let's respect each other's environment, right?
Yeah.
I will not mention place that says that place X that, you know? But I mean, if someone has a vision for their business,
yeah.
what's the hustle there, you know? And I could understand where that person is coming from. When he was building this place and creating and imagining, he hoped for X, and X exists.
True.
We're all capable of X.
True.
Why should we insist on Y? You know, why do I have to explain to you every time that don't come in sandals? Or don't come in ugly sandals? If they're sandals, people do it all the time. They wear nice, what are they called? Crocs with socks. And it's your style. But you're neat. You're fashionable in your own way. You're clean. But someone shows up and you're like, no. Like, if I let you in, I am disrespecting the person who's already inside. You get? If I let you in, I'm disrespecting. And then people always throw at you, we can't go anywhere else. We can't do that. I'm like, I'm sorry, but this is what it is. You know? It's about environment. We are living in an environment where we all have different expectations, right? So don't just disrespect mine.
It's true.
And again, that's why the statement is management reserves the right to entry.
That's true.
Yeah. So without being ever explaining, is what it is.
I hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big shout out from Smack. I know you from Smack. What did you learn from Smack that has helped you in your business / personal life thus far?
As funny as it will sound, I hate a smack with that.
I was going to say, man, he's going to say nothing.
No,
like
but guess what?
Yeah.
And this is me getting older and more mature. I actually appreciate a lot of stuff from there. Those guys, it was a very strict school. It was a very competitive school. And there are things they taught us. I mean, hygiene. They whooped us for that shit. Timekeeping, discipline. You know, when you get older, when you're younger, you're like, come on, Mundeke, it's not that serious. But when you get older, you're like, man, they plugged some stuff into the back of my head that won't change. Those guys shaved our heads bald every time a follicle of hair. And the simple thing was, if you can't keep your hair, cut it off. You know? They made sure our uniforms were clean. They whooped you for being late. I was here before you guys.
But Gen Z.
But you get my point.
Yeah.
So there are some, and I believe for us African big-headed boys, and the competition, you know, we're competing over the smallest things. Sports, perfumes, shoes. We're fighting for relevance. And I believe that environment is important for every young man once in a while. Because either you get out here and everyone else eats you up and you become irrelevant. And I will step on you in 2 seconds. I won't even notice you're there. And I won't even know I stepped on you. You know, like I'll step on you without knowing I stepped on you. So, yes, I did learn a lot of things from SMARC. I do appreciate it. Was tough. I didn't like it, but I appreciate it.
What do they say about pressure and diamonds?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Literally.
Yeah, man.
Literally.
Exactly.
Speaking of going out, is it appropriate to follow strangers I met during a motive on socials? Because I'm kind of feeling this babe that I met while I was out at my sister's party.
I have a follow-up question, but you guys first answer that one.
Like Like I meet a stranger while I'm out and then I add them on socials. I don't know.
Hey, what am I supposed
What are
to
you supposed to do?
I'm supposed to. Me, I be following you before I've left Zagwa.
Well, we follow people
Okay.
we haven't met. We just had.
What's your thingy? What's your
You be like, man, what's your art?
Before I leave,
Yeah.
What's your IG?
No, I think I follow you if like sometimes you meet in the bar, it's just like hi, you don't really like talk or vibe or whatever. But if we talk or if I enjoyed you and I see someone I know tagged you or arted you, I might follow. I don't know.
Okay. Sydney, welcome to the pod.
I'm welcome.
The audience will know how long you are on the pod. For me, I don't have a good clock in my mind.
Oh,
of how long.
and
Me, I
Melvin,
do. And I wasn't here.
and Melvin was like, oh, Sydney's not here yet because he's late. He'll explain himself to you guys.
Oh yeah, you can explain.
I was not in the city. I will explain further off the pod.
Can I see his legs?
No,
They can't see his legs.
maybe in
Can
that
they?
angle they can.
can.
Why? Will it explain where you are?
They can.
So I'm in shorts, man. I can't.
So you better. When you say you're out of town, man, guys will think you're on vacation.
I was not on
You'll
vacation.
be in the comments fighting for your life. So the last question was: is it
The last
appropriate
one or the last one?
That one he asked before.
before Sydney came? Is it appropriate to follow people on socials after meeting them?
Out.
Out.
Basically outside.
We all
Yeah.
agreed.
For me, that's my standard procedure.
How are you supposed to know new people?
Yeah.
me
Standard,
tell
I'm
you.
going to follow you.
As soon as I walk out of the restaurant,
Yeah.
Like man,
That's
I mean,
that
following
yeah.
that's how I say bye though.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Can I get your?
like this is a new person, right?
no, so
Interesting.
your kawa. Your kawa.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah,
We all have the same
I don't
vices.
have a cane.
I don't know. I don't think it's advisable. But then now that everybody has said it's normal, does that mean I'm antisocial?
You never
wouldn't.
asked to follow. You don't be following guys.
No.
You're just a
Well,
chick.
you're asking a bunch of guys.
You're just even if a guy hasn't talked to that chick.
Yeah.
Like, yo man, what was the name of that chick?
What's the
Send her
name of
IG, man. Send me a snap.
Do you know her?
I
You
mean,
start
it's
checking.
a nice way to know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
You go to IG and you see plus 50 mutuals. You're
but
like, yeah.
I'm thinking
This is the one.
I might never see this person again. So what's the point?
Maybe that's the
That's the
actual point.
Oh, that's the point.
Yeah.
So to make sure you're like, oh, I want to see you again.
I'll see you again.
Oh, okay.
Your argument does not make sense to me.
That was that I may never see them
No,
again.
we concluded. You asked a bunch of guys. So let's
Yeah,
move.
ask for But I have a follow-up question.
Uh-huh.
And it's also for the guys. Because I don't think chicks experience this thing. When you meet a guy outside and you guys just and let's say you exchange numbers, how long before you how long before you hit him up like, yo man, it's Melvin.
Yeah,
It's ironic that you even exchange numbers.
Exchange numbers. You know, let me tell you. No. I think even now,
Yeah.
these people have drunk with literally the whole year.
Yeah.
I still don't have
Because
their
of their
number.
number.
But I just know if there's a plan, we're gonna hang. That's
I
it.
promise you, I meet Ryan every weekend. I don't have his number. I only got his snap like last week, man.
We've never
That thing
even
is
bothered.
so.
And we're so happy to meet each other.
Yeah.
yeah. What's up? How have you been?
Sasa.
Even have a small conversation. That's it.
I'm not gonna lie. I think has been stressing me this week. I met a guy on Sunday. We sat next to each other when I met. We banged KBs. What? Then when I was leaving, I was like, "Yo, man, give me your number, bro. We'll chat sometime." Kawa. Till this day, bro. Till this day.
I've been
'Cause I
thinking
didn't want
that
I couldn't leaving immediately. If it was a chick, I probably would have texted her while I was in that car.
like, yo, this is
Immediately
Melvin.
Felt a bit too.
You know, I think
Excited.
I think a conversation with a guy has to be so important that you follow up. If
I was
it's,
going
if
to
it's just
say-
a normal, nice hangout, you're like, I know what it is.
No.
You know that
It's
comes
not
with
worth
more
me dropping
distribution.
my.
Eh?
Too soon is too soon. There's a middle ground. Now it's too late, bro.
Yeah.
You can't
Remember,
text him.
We spoke about Bizo. We spoke
Yeah.
about a lot of things.
I feel like you have to find like a Kabizo thing that you have to ask him.
I was going to say, I think guys only reach out to each other for Bizo.
Yeah. Then it turns
And
to
babes.
drinks and
Maybe
alcohol.
that's the socially acceptable way for us to.
Yeah, so, like, I don't think as guys you can be like, man, you're kind of interesting. Yeah, I like
We should be friends.
We should.
But I'm telling a guy you're interested.
We shouldn't be friends. If we were supposed to be friends, we would have met in high school. This is not how we
By the
become
way,
friends.
you know, come to think about it, guys have a lot of pretend friends.
Yeah.
Like, man,
That
we're
guy's
boys,
not
but
bad. That guy's not my
Excuse,
bad.
that guy, I know him. When when he does something, like, man, I don't know him like
You
that,
get
man.
Me, my assumption is we're all out to have a good time. Like, even if I meet new chicks and they're fun, we're all here to have a good time. But then I don't think you've come to make friends.
But also, as we grow, as we get to this age,
Depends.
we become a bit more protective of ourselves, and like, I don't want a new person in my life. Do I know this guy more?
Yeah.
You end up drawing boundaries, and
that's here we
have
have a
your
pod to
safety
protect,
net.
man.
Also,
They say
but
there's
that-
a friend of the pod that
that bar
somehow
sometimes doesn't feel like a real place, bro. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in a different land, bro. It's a different
But
world.
I will tell you,
Yeah.
with like 2,000% confidence. If not, I think I've made most of my best deals in the bar.
I hear that.
Product of the bar.
Yeah.
You meet people, you're all drunk, you're free, you're chill, you open up, And somehow you build that Kalauze trust that eventually, it's like fake trust because you're like on the same bottle or something. And eventually, if there's something you exchange there, it's easier because the first thing that happens is in the morning, the conversation is like, yo, last night was late. And that's an icebreaker. So, but anyway, bro, yesterday we talked about this and this and this, and then,
that's how
and
you
then
do
also
it.
people introduce their friends to other people very easily in the bar. Ideally, if you met in a restaurant, it's, hey, hi, how are you? But in the bar, yo, bro, it's my bro, it's my cousin. This is what he does. Short pictures.
I love this guy. I've known him for 2 months.
And in jokes,
Yeah.
you end up, and then the next thing is like, yo, send me that picture we took together, or send me that snap of and then it's like, hey, but I have this thing tonight at my house, come through, and eventually you find in the middle there, it's like, hey, by the way, I do this. I also do that. I've been looking for this. I've sold my cars in the bar. I've been paid crazy money in a bar. Like someone just saw my car outside and we'd been drinking together. And when I got out and again, the guy's like, I have been dying for that car. It's like, I'm trying to import one. I'm like, I don't mind selling it. And I sold it right there and then. He had cash in the car. So there's also power in that. Being a bit more free.
I guess
It makes sense for Bizo.
it is even in the bar.
It-
Be around.
Be around, yeah.
Be around.
That's what I was trying to say. Guys, I didn't click. I was selling the bar.
Be present, bro. Yo, but what about, because I hear girls talking about like the girls' bathroom. Like, what do you guys be on?
Oh, no. In the girls' bathroom, loads of camaraderie, like loads of cuteness, sweetness. Like, oh my God, do you have like something? Do you have like a sanitary product? Whatever. We share. But then it never goes past that. You're kind and nice to each other. It didn't go past that.
When they get out, it's like a different song is playing.
No, like, or you see yourself.
Playing some Cinderella shit when they come
I
out.
saw a snap of the silo bathroom.
You've
Like
never
the babes'
I
bathroom.
put
Oh.
AC in that
Raw.
because I know how much I spent. How much I,
Literally,
yeah.
apparently I
Your
found
water
out
bill goes in.
I found out of recent that the boys' bathroom is a dot.
I was trying to explain to her.
I was like,
Explain
what?
You know how like
I was like,
intentional
what?
these guys were about that bathroom? You never want to like, ours is the complete contrast. Because honestly, for me,
Yeah.
when I enter the bathroom in a bar, I'm trying to get out.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
there was like a heat map
Yeah.
of guys' movement in the bathroom,
It is a line.
Yeah,
it's
I
in.
like-
You're lucky if a guy washes his hands. That guy's just trying to get in and go back.
It's in and out.
Yeah.
No.
I know, something I face. So, I have a toilet, like upstairs. But I'm very intentional about using this one because I kind of like want to. I don't like
see
that kind of
what
thing.
going.
No. I also want people to feel comfortable. Like, no, man, why it feels like if I pass by the same toilet I want you to use and I'm not using it, right? So I like using our toilet. But unfortunately, because I may not be able to reach everyone in silo, every time I get to the toilet, there's a bunch of people who hadn't seen me. And they're trying to have a conversation with me in the toilet. And I'm like,
Nah.
and again, social battery app, smile, but like I'm trying to drive the conversation without being offensive. Like, can we get out of the toilet? Like we're literally in the toilet.
Someone texts you, hey man, we met in the toilet last night. Eh?
I imagine that message pops up on your phone. You're like, bruh.
Talking in the toilet is so like against my morals.
Yeah.
That we can walk to the toilet just
Together. And then
when we enter, silence. When we're done and we step out of the toilet, we can continue with
I'll
our
tell you this. The
conversation.
one thing I've noticed about the guy's toilet is normally a guy will land in a conversation, enter it with like a one-liner, leaves
crazy.
that conversation, continues with another guy. That is such.
Guys, let me tell you, there are times when I'm stuck in the toilet, literally. Like, the person who started the conversation somehow leaves the conversation. Now I'm stuck with someone else. I'm there.
It's probably about football. Like, there's something.
But then let me tell you something else that I find interesting. And I even noticed it with myself. Like, in the height of the night, yeah? Like, silo is blazing, music is on top, you come jamming. Enter the toilet and it's quiet. Like, you know, the music fades.
Yeah.
So you come with all this energy and then, you know, like,
You have to be focused.
so
man.
guys enter the toilet with so much energy. Then they land on guys who are calm.
You also calm down. You're like, man,
I like that thing also because it gives you a realistic gauge of where you're at.
Yeah, where you are, like,
Of how drunk you
How
are.
drunk you
If
are.
it's
You know,
time
like
to
when
go
you're
home.
speeding and you lower the window.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. You're like,
Exactly.
And you get to see
Exactly.
yourself in a big ass mirror like, shit, I'm
Like,
drunk.
bro, I'm not
dying.
That's when I get in the mirror laughing. The guy knows it. Yeah, messed up. Yeah.
I genuinely didn't think, like, aside from Bizo, especially for guys, I didn't think people follow up and make friends. Okay, maybe I just fear rejection. Because even if I have the best of times with somebody, whether a guy or a girl, I'm not going to follow up.
crazy.
I'm not going to add you.
But I
Unless
guess-
you add me, I'll add you back.
I guess it's part of the advantage of business because you kind of forget about all that because at the end of the
Like,
day,
man, you want money.
you want money, you need more people, you need to learn more things. You kind of just you become blind to your own emotions and safeties. Like,
real.
you know, this guy looks like he makes sense. I need to talk to him. You know, I
When
know
you show
this
your
girl.
face and they hit you up about MJP in the bathroom,
Ah,
you better follow up, man.
let me tell you this. The few times, anyway, I guess it's being a girl, like, the very few, almost no situation in which anybody I've met socially has in any way impacted my career professionally.
You're not meeting enough people.
I guess I'm not meeting enough people, or
And
I'm
also you're
meeting.
maybe it's not something that you're expressing when you meet them. You know what I mean?
But also, I mean, it comes with the territory.
Of being a girl, eh?
Girl, certain age, you're not dependent on anyone. You're kind of very independent, you know. And then also the work environment you're in. What are you going to talk about with? Get. So for us I do anything possible to make money. That's my job
Yeah.
description. Minus theft.
Hey, disclaimer.
Disclaimer. I'm like, so what are you talking about? Fish.
Tell me about fish.
Tell me about fish.
Literally.
And before you know it, you find me on the laptop finding fish.
Yeah.
You know?
Real.
So I guess it comes with the territory.
That's true.
True.
That's true.
That's true.
Okay.
Let me just use this moment to shout out. When we were just about to finish uni, 2019, because my friends did 3-year courses, so when they were finishing uni, 2019, anytime they would meet men in the bar, right, guys? So it'd be like, you know how you have that vim when you're finishing uni, like, oh my God, I want to get my job, da, da, da. It's like, yeah, I'm finishing uni, I'm doing finals right now. It's like, yeah, give me your number, you send me your...
CV.
Everyone that we sent CVs to, God will deal with you. Personally.
Never had
All
that to this day.
The only thing that the CV was the phone number.
Literally.
God will deal with you personally.
Yeah.
Scooping our phone numbers. With so-called CV pretenses just to get our numbers.
Yes.
God will deal
Like
with
I was
you.
thinking about a different job.
Man,
Not the one you thought.
Yeah, I thank them. They schooled you.
You learned.
You learned.
Yeah.
You became harder.
oh, you're
Oh my
you're in
God.
law school.
Send me your CV.
Send me, you're sharp.
The guy made you go and do a CV.
Man,
Hey, you
Made
shared
you,
no
yeah,
CV.
made you do a CV.
Use the same
You
CV
share.
to get your job.
Literally.
let me tell you guys, God will deal with you personally.
That's funny.
What's the most hard to believe thing you've witnessed at Silo?
That's a good question. Damn.
Okay, of course you asked that question because they want the most random shit, right?
I don't know. I guess.
And there's a long list. Some of these things for me, and also it comes from my own personality. So some of them are shockers to me, but may not shock other people. But I guess, okay, there's this thing that, and it's a bit, it's a bit common, but not too common. So, and I guess it's a guy thing. Yeah. So people do like manage relationships in the club, right? Like he has a girl and her friends on that table, another girl and friends on the other table. He has people a girl in another bar, and I don't know why. And this guy's probably like married.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I'm actually put in that position a lot. Eh? Like,
yo, man, Ryan, I want to book 3 tables.
no, that's even worse. His wife will
But put
call
them in
me
the corners.
and book a table. So when he calls to book a table, I'm like, is it the same table? You get like, it's like, no, it's not. I'm like, she called first.
Yeah.
And he'll come and chill with her.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh wow. And then I have to like act, because I know what the guy does. And then this chick is like in love, and she loves that
You're
guy.
there in PR.
I'm just. And then the day after, like barely hours later, right? He has 3 tables, and maybe his girl is.
And he has shares on all 3 tables.
boss.
Cheers.
Even
The owner.
He's the
He's
owner.
the owner.
He's the owner of that tab.
And what actually, that's not what shocks me. What shocks me is how so many people are doing that, and they think it's a flex.
Yeah.
And you know, some of them, honestly, I hope to get married one day. Like, I really hope to have like a beautiful, intelligent woman with, you know, to build a very big legacy with. And some of these guys have that already, but they just enjoy. And I'm like, okay. So what shocks me is why they feel like they should put me in that mess.
Let me have a question now.
Yeah.
So how do they bill? If it's all on his tab, because I'd assume he'll just give like
The different
his
table
babes
now.
dimes.
Again,
So that the babes just clear their individual
I
tables.
may not even be in position to answer because sometimes I never know how it ends, right? But all I know, the part that I just don't get is that confidence. And then, unfortunately, not to offend any girls, but some of these girls, like, they even know.
Yeah.
And they're okay with it.
Oh, no,
Like,
well-
the guy is married, he has 3 tables in the same club.
Yeah.
No, where things are at, yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody and she was like, no, man, me and that babe have beef. I said, which babe? Who, me and the other side chick? I said, what? Yeah, man, I can't believe.
I was seeing that trend on
And I'm
TikTok,
like-
yeah, my fellow wife, come and we rock up to buy him a Valentine
Yeah, but-
gift. I was like,
Yeah.
From
And-
so and so.
Yeah. And they're
With love.
and they're so respectful of the wife, by the way.
Yeah.
So respectful of the wife.
First wait.
Oh, none of them is the wife. No.
they don't tamper with the
They
wife.
have no beef with our wife.
No, I have no, that's his home.
The wife takes care of our guy.
Yeah.
The wife is different. Me, it's the side chick who I have a problem with.
Yes. Because like the wife is almost like an office. The office of the wife. And her duties are more. Without the wife, our lives wouldn't flow.
Literally.
That is true.
You get.
So
So
we just want to have fun.
we just want to have fun.
No, it's
You guys, how?
it's-
Are you going to sit down and hold him down when the bank is taking his shit? Will you be there? You won't.
Literally. The wife is like the charger.
Exactly.
She's the one who loads the battery. These chicks are like TikTok and Instagram. And that's it. They're the
Just
entertainment.
enjoying
The
it, but
analogy is hard, I won't
dreamy.
lie.
That analogy was amazing.
That's nice.
Yeah. Anyway,
Sometimes
the-
you cook, man.
Nah, that's
The
true.
moral of the story is, I thought the best time to had launch your man is on the wedding, but I think the funeral is kawa. So let
Flowers while you're alive.
These flowers celebrate. Or what?
Right, if you give me a rose, I'll be kawa, man. I just go with it because
That is
This
hilarious.
flowers
because
have
for
to-
some
Your hand
reason
launching on the funeral.
On the
is
funeral, like-
so funny.
they call the widow and you pop up like, eh.
She was married all alone.
Yeah, man. Because in your mind you always envision that you're going to be the wife. You're not going to be the side chick,
No, that is too funny.
right?
But-
And the idea of you're the wife, and when you're in the club, because in the club it's going to be hugged up on the wife, right? And the chicks are like, Bambi,
Bambi,
I'll see him tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, for guys, actually, when you think about it, anyway, I think I get shocked by each type of couple its own way.
Yeah.
There are couples where the guy shocks you, like you're like, okay, I know many guys do this, but go you're extra. Then another couple, the side chick is just too kawaii. You're like, but why are you too comfortable? another relationship, the wife is cow. I was like, that one.
The edge we're at now, yeah. When like married guys start hitting on us, and then like you start talking to your friends, I'm like, that guy's wife beats. Like, I've had that chick beats, chichila beats. Be careful. Yeah. So
You'll find
They'll
beating you from silo.
bro.
Actually, it
I would.
happened. Yes, actually, I don't know why I didn't bring that up. It happened in the ladies' toilet. Same scenario.
Was the guy around?
I really don't remember.
I tell you, in those situations, the guy booms.
No, but they never beat the man. No,
Like,
they
I
don't
just
beat the man.
remembered some random shit again. There's a chick. This is sidetrack, but it just came to my mind. There's a chick. We got so like a very organized, well-dressed chick, right? And she had stolen toilet paper. Like she had gone into each stall and removed toilet paper, put it in her bag. So like the cleaner in the ladies' toilet comes out running, and she goes to the bouncer like, that chick. So the guy comes and grabs her like, yo, we need to check your bag. And there was rolls of toilet paper.
Euro silk.
And I'm like, do you bounce someone for
Rolls?
stealing toilet paper? Like,
Okay, can I
As a lawyer, you also
Can
think
I
about it
confess
legally. You were like,
something? Hypothetically speaking,
Uh-huh.
allegedly,
Uh-huh.
in our younger years,
what have you done?
what have you done?
wait, before the prefrontal cortex had cooked properly,
Developed.
eh?
Yeah.
You know, like in uni, we'd go to a sport. If I'm missing something and you have it, oh, this is coming home with me.
What kind of sport?
What kind of thing?
What kind of thing? Glasses.
What?
Relax. We're not taking like tampecos. We take
You're taking a nice glasses.
we take cute shit like champagne flutes.
Now, let me tell you something. If I was a waiter, I've just served you guys water. Where are the water glasses? Why you serve me this kajaki?
You come back on
We
this.
have a bill
No
every
jug.
week. So now I got to a point where, you know, when a glass breaks, the bottom of the glass rarely breaks. So I got to a point where I was like, before I buy glasses,
Show me the
show me the
bottoms.
bottoms. And they told me, boss, you know, when you're doing this math, it's not only about broken glasses. There's
are
glasses
taking-
that are booming.
No, we.
The one thing I know is
as they get out.
the big glasses can break, but short glasses disappear.
Okay,
You know,
now.
There's a time I went to my boy's place.
He just has short
That guy
glasses.
pulled out a bottle. We're looking for glasses. A guy brought a row of short glasses. We're like, where'd you get these friends from? He's like, relax.
No, no, you see.
It's like the chick
Like a
was
wooden
serving
tray.
with a CJ's plate. Yo,
No,
that's special.
we would take like.
Resort. I've
We
seen
would take like. This was like.
But CJ's is special. That's
When I
during the day, man.
This was like
They don't even serve
uni, end of uni, just after we finished uni, and like people have just started moving out of home, much right?
Yeah.
And then we'd be like, let's say we've gone, like we're eating. Usually you have to be a bit drunk, right? So we're eating, we start having cocktails, like, this Tabasco is looking. You take that Tabasco. Yeah. and then like,
And you know what's crazy?
Bunga
is
these,
that
these
because-
flutes are cute.
as a waiter, you've been taught hospitality. You're like, man, the chili is missing, but
Listen,
how do
How do you start?
No, you know,
How do you
I used to like these things we do of group trips. What we're going to Manya hotel out of town. So guys would pack towels. Instead of towels, Manya, I would struggle. I'm like, why? What if this is that day you pack the towels? There is other guys. It's not that serious.
For those, man.
It's not that serious.
It was now as we used to tag like robes. You're fluffy robe. You're joking. You're
in the
coming
bag.
home with
Them
me. Yeah.
Like, can I actually ask you?
Even like a first towel, I'm on pressure.
No.
I would assume you give like your employees like training on how to handle such things.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. We can only train as much as we can. Drunkards are creative.
Drunkards.
That's
Like
true.
there are issues we have had, and even us we apply.
You just go.
Even just to go is not enough. You're like, man, I think you need help. Like this is beyond. Man, there are things. Most times it's like fights and stuff like that, and you're like, wait, how did this start? And someone tells you something, and you cannot understand how you arrived at this. You know. the reasoning, I mean, again, it's the job. But, bro.
Has
I
someone
think
ever tried to fight you?
Oh, yes. Recently, when I was at the entrance.
That entrance night.
The famous entrance night.
Yeah. After that concert.
Yeah, I didn't really fight me, like pulled me from the door. And, well, let's just say it didn't end well. Yeah. But funny story is, I stopped the bouncers and let the guy in.
That guy was too determined.
No. Like,
if I can't get in, you also can't get in. You'll be outside here with us.
No, he was inside and I was at the door on the inside. So I was letting in. So, but I need to, now I have a chance. We were letting in 5 for 5. So 5 people would get out and we let in 5 people. Okay. So I was controlling that because it had just...
That was the plan.
Yes, that's why I was standing there.
Because I promise you, I also failed to get out.
Yeah, because even getting out, I was stopping people. I was like, wait, because I need like 5 people to come. Because the moment you'd pull the door open, guys would just pour in. So at least you can pull in 5 people and it kind of gets organized. So this guy comes and it's in the process of the door is shut and he's trying to get someone from outside to get in. So he pulls me from the back. And like there's like, I was standing right next to the DJ booth. You know, the DJ booth has like maybe 4 or 5 people there, employees. There's a bouncer next to me. There's bouncers on the outside. There's stuff, people around me. And I just, like, the moment it happened, before I could even organize my thoughts to react, I just saw the guy in the air. So now, first of all, I was mad.
Yeah.
So I lost it. But then, in the process of losing it, I was like, wait, these guys are probably going to mix him or something like that. So I had to calm down so that they calm down.
Also, I was like, this promotion is going to slap, man.
So, because the DJs jumped out of the booth, the bouncers waited, the guy was in the air. So it just happened very quickly. So I, like, the moment I noticed what was going on, so I calmed down. I calmed him down. I told him, wait, you get what you want. And the guy, I think in the moment he clicked what he had done and he apologized. So let it slide. It actually is supposed to rotate all the way, but it has I mean, let's just say it's Ugandan made. Let's just
it has a hinge that's not supposed to be there.
But
execution was.
But it's ideally it's supposed to be able to rotate fully.
But to be fair, I've seen it go further than 90 in my head.
It does. It's just that, man, it has been through a lot.
I remember that night, whatever concert that was. I don't remember the concert. I thought the thing is because you know a concert is going to end at midnight.
Yeah.
So my plan was be at Silo by 11:30.
Yeah.
And I wanted to leave at like 2.
Yeah.
But raw outside. I don't know how you guys do it, man. Silo might need another entrance at this point, man.
And you know, ideally, it's not even about. It's not like we're stopping people from entering. When we're protecting from so many things that could go wrong. It's already too full inside. It's a fire hazard. It could be a stampede could break out. A fight could break out. People inside are not comfortable. Service fails. And honestly, you're telling people right now there's nothing we can do except be patient.
To
the
be
more
fair,
people come out, the more we can.
A place has a capacity, and that should be
exactly.
It makes sense.
Hey, you guys gave us our dose of shit for that, but it is what it is.
Bambi, let me issue a disclaimer. We no longer take things. It was just fun in our youth.
This whole time just been,
I don't trust you anymore,
What
man.
about crimes? Once you admit it, you must leave it now to us. Leave it to the judges.
the judges.
And you know what's funny? In those beginning years, like when my friends were just getting houses, we'd go to like someone's house and like, oh, like let's drink like Prosecco or whatever. And she pulls out 4 different champagne flutes, like different heights, sizes. Like this one's from here, this one's from there.
That's too funny.
Bad man.
I'll never forget the time we went to some place. It closed, but their shot glasses were like beer mugs, but they were tiny beer mugs.
That's cute.
I've seen those.
Bruh, we saw them even as to say the same thing.
And you too.
So we leave.
Did you take them?
We enter the car and I found them in a line in that car.
But may I have a question? Because boys don't have bags. Where are you putting that?
In the pockets.
That's
Take things
like
to buy cargo pants for nada.
They see you walking out in the
Actually, guys, I think, I don't know, like taking something.
Yeah,
I can't even return the subject. Stress.
I've actually never stolen anything.
Neither have I. Neither have I.
I've told you, would be there and you're like,
I'll confess. Those were wet wipes.
oh, really?
I bathe in those ones.
Would be there and we're like, we don't have chili. This is in the morning. You're eating breakfast. You know, you're going to the club at night. You're like, remember we didn't have chili in the morning. This Tabasco. Going with me.
That's too funny.
No, I just, the stress. I'm like, yo, if this is that day, it falls out of my pocket.
Man.
You're trying to come back in and you forget and they tap your pockets. They're like, what's that?
I come with my Tabasco.
I came with my Tabasco, man.
I didn't want to share short glasses, man, so I put it in my pocket.
I like chili shots, man.
Okay. How can I reserve a table at Silo? I love the vibe, but every time I go there during my bar hopping, I feel like there's nowhere to sit. Like the only chilling place is near the bar counter. Don't get me wrong. I love that it's lively and mob guys are there having a good time.
No, ideally, the actual thing is we only hold reservations up to 10 p.m. So after 10 p.m., I mean, we're also human, so we understand people delay and stuff like that. So if you're in touch and you're like, you know, I'm running late, but I'm on my way, we do hold the reservation. The way to reserve, our phone numbers are on all our socials. You just call. It's a first come, first serve basis. We actually don't have a minimum spend for our tables, but we require you to obviously order something reasonable if we're going to hold the table for you till 10, 11 p.m., right?
That makes sense.
And we have smaller tables, so, you know, smaller tables for smaller groups. If you insist on a bigger table, I mean, also represent yourself. What you asked for is what you should, you know, come with. You can't expect us to hold a table of 10 and then you show up at midnight. It's a challenge for me. It's a challenge for other customers.
Yeah.
Like, who is this person who you're holding tables for? So, yes, if you come late, there's most probably nothing we can do. But if you come early or you do your reservation and come early, and if you feel like you're running late and you communicate, we can try. But at the end of the day, we have a first come, first serve policy for the rest of the tables that are not reserved. And even when it comes to reserved tables, after 10, it's shaky.
It makes so much sense, man. The last time we were there, we didn't reserve, man. Okay, we reserved. They took it. We came at like midnight. They gave us a table in a different place. They gave us a minimum spend. We were like, eh. Then we realized, hey, wait, bam, it was a new waitress. So we started bargaining from there. Yeah, so we managed to sit. But I feel like we had this discussion at on a previous pod. And we're talking about the table culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how, you know, most people want like space.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh, they want the disco type of dance floor.
Dance floor. But guys also just want space, bro.
Yeah.
Space, like how?
But you know, when
Like,
those guys
let
were
me
talking,
explain.
about that thing of, oh, we want table culture, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna hold you. As a girl, I love tables.
No, I
you
hear
guys,
it.
do you know what it is? Yeah, you have a bag. You're wearing 4-inch heels or 5-inch heels for how many hours? But I'm here to see it as it.
That one I hear you. I hear you.
Chicks fell off.
Chicks fell off.
That's your mama how they used to do it back in
But
the
at the
day.
end of the day, you guys, these businesses are designed to make money.
Yeah.
So you know how many people just come and walk in around Silo and don't buy a thing and go out. Just listen to the music and go. Imagine if we had no tables all over the place.
Fair enough.
Good. At least in the worst case scenario, they'll come and drink your drink and you'll buy another one.
Yeah.
Because it's on the table. Good. So we can
That's us every weekend, man.
exactly.
Yeah.
But also, on a side note, people who come to Silo at midnight, right? It's actually still okay to call at that time because other people leave. Right? So we have like revolving space. There's always this thing of people saying, we can't go to Silo after midnight because there's no space. There's actually always space somewhere. You may not get the exact spot that you want, but you will find space. And eventually it opens up. I mean, we are people who know each other, first of all.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a party. Like, just come.
In the club, we all what?
Yeah.
Bam. Speaking of knowing each other, I don't know if this is an MJP question or a Silo question. Maybe both. Who is your target audience / age demographic?
That's what?
Age demographic.
That might be a silo question.
How could it be an MJ?
That sounds like a silent question.
Audience felt like, but both though.
Yeah.
What is our audience? I feel like now I've met so many like high school kids that watch our pod. Our demo has to be like
15.
17 to like 35.
Like, you think we reached 35?
We reach 35.
If you're 35, comment.
If you're 35,
In
yes.
the thing
30
it
and
says
over.
35 to 44. We
Yeah.
have guys day, but
44.
it games day.
Games are for.
Yeah.
They're
The
not
rest
counting
0,
my
0.
mom. YouTube better count
mama
my
has a
mom.
long
She's
name.
watching every episode.
Yeah. 30 and over, comment.
No, she has a.
But I think for you guys it's interesting because I mean each podcast has a different conversation, different topics. So you pull different people for different things. I always get baited by some of your clips and others I don't. Okay, so sometimes I'm your audience, sometimes I'm not. Because like I remember the Chicken Tonight one, I was interested. Things that
Like, this one is in the vicinity.
yeah, what this guys are saying. Because I've been thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, but I guess so when it comes to Silo, what's our target audience? For age, I mean, anyone above like 23, they were just mature looking, really. Mature behaving. Right?
Nothing grabs babes.
You know something that we randomly observed. My friend and I went to a secondary school to pick up her little brother, right? So we're there, we're waiting for him to bring his things, to get holidays. We're waiting for him to bring his things, we're standing. So people are leaving. And the men who are driving out, I'm like, why do these look like the niggas who'll be hitting on us in the club? These are people's dads.
Yeah.
17-year-olds.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah,
As in, seeing them in the daylight
Yes, different. Yeah.
was crazy to me. I was like, these guys have, because it was like a school trip or something. And the age bracket of people that had gone on the trip were like S3 to like S6. I was like, oh my
You guys were
God.
picking them up are the same guys from the
Who'll
club.
be hitting on us in the club? I was like, mind you, this is our. In the club, it seems so normal. You're like, oh, okay. But you're seeing him as, oh, daddy, let me first bring my case. What?
Yeah, it's a mindset. It's a mindset.
Yeah.
But man, people these days are aging nicely. Even
Yeah,
if
people
I
are
find
aging
a
nicely.
woman of 50 and you're like, oh, how old?
Me, I'll cook, man.
So don't lie. But today is not your day. We'll proceed. Yeah.
You're still
No,
saying.
so one of the things that I tried, I would say I've not been very successful, but I've tried, is to try and make Silo as welcoming to so many people as possible. Unfortunately, because of one cost of creating that place in the location it is, requires me to sell things at a certain price. So already that pushes a certain group of people out. Secondly, the demands I get from the people who are in also forces me to push another type of people out. And but let me use the word push lightly. I mean like, I sell to a different type of person because of those who are already in. It's a low-hanging fruit for me. If I have customer X and he's loyal and he's guaranteed to come every time and he appreciates this kind of environment, that's the environment I'm going to give, right? But originally, we were just trying to be as welcoming as possible. Yes, there's an age factor. People who are young or appear young will have a challenge. And again, it's for our own safety, not to have any social challenges. And it's also for the comfort of the customers who are in. Because
As we'll be asking for IDs, man.
exactly. And even when they before they talk to you. That's a nice one. But yes, even when because man, tomorrow you'll go home with someone's daughter and you're in the mix, right?
Listen, now that I think about it, I think also like these guys don't want to be in the club with girls as young as their daughters.
Their daughters.
Yeah, and to be fair, like, it's also, I think, a name thing because, like, if they ask you, why did you go with a girl that young? It's the man I met her at Silo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it.
No, it's a very complicated element of the business because we do get a lot of backlash for it, but unfortunately, it may never change because at the end of the day, we have to protect ourselves and protect our clients. Because comments like, man, I find my children in Silo, I can't party there anymore. I find my nieces and nephews, and nieces and nephews are going to show up once in 3 months, right? Because that's what, and with not too much to offer. And this is someone who's choosing to walk away from your place because they found their niece there once, and a friend to have. Someone
this
walking up to
reaches
you and
you.
is like, "Hi, Uncle Ryan." You know how that would feel. You're like hi, but then you're like, what do I do? You're like, you've just swallowed like 3 shots of tequila.
So guys,
Hi, uncle.
growing,
Without making a face, man.
growing up
Without
is
making a face, you're used to this.
You know, you're there, you're puffing your cigar. Uncle, you smoke.
Literally.
Listen, growing up is so crazy. When I was like 19, 20, I'd pray. I'm like, man, I pray I land on my uncle in the club with the babe. He squeezed some dimes out of him,
Now,
right?
You're the auntie.
No, I'm not the aunt. Now, I'm the auntie. Oh, I might be with someone's uncle.
Exactly.
So you imagine that kind of scenario. Yeah. And the first response a client would have, I can't go back there. So we kind of have to manage. And you also can't prove someone's age.
Do you ever get the opposite of that? Of like, hey man, silo is too cool for us.
Of course, at the beginning of such places, you do get a lot of that, right? Because one, the prices are not your ordinary prices.
Yeah.
The DJs are not your ordinary DJs. The setup is unique. It's a new place. We've tried to make it as unique as possible. There's different lighting, there's different service, there's things that you haven't found. So some people whose confidence levels are a bit low will say that. But I feel like, and I hope that people feel the same, when you come to Silo, we try to welcome everyone who feels or who presents themselves in an organized manner.
Be organized. Don't come in shorts and cocks, man.
Come on, be organized. Don't make it hard for me and you.
Let me go, man, organize myself.
I was going to say something.
Organization is many things. It's not only dress code.
Yeah.
And I was mentioning this earlier. I'm like, you can come in your shorts. By the way, we allow shorts. We allow sandals. We allow all that stuff as long as it's presentable. Secondly, don't come and you're drunk out
You're
of your
already
mind.
staggering.
Where are you going? You're just going to irritate people inside.
Yeah.
Okay? You're inside. You're not. You're irritating people on other tables.
I'll tell guys who are banned.
I try not to.
The cafes is there in the office.
I try not to, but yes, there are particular people who have achieved that status. But they're not many. First of all, I think I have the biggest heart in Kampala. I really.
Forgive him. The guy almost dragged you out of your own, but forgive him there, man, on the spot.
I cost-benefit analysis. Now he loves Silo like nothing else.
That's true.
But I won't lie.
So-
The one thing, like, I think drunks don't even piss me off in the bar as much as guys who are just feisty.
Yeah.
Get guys who want to fight every 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Just
That's
like,
true.
relax.
But also, you see, from my end, I have to understand that people are not drinking water.
That's true.
So I kind of give them grace because I'm not selling them water. I'm like, okay, this in
Should
his
be a
normal
maximum
character,
spend, man.
might not be him, and
Have you heard this guy? But there should be a maximum
For
spend.
some guys,
Would you handle
Like
this
for you-
business?
for you, we know you after
Oh, no, you
700K. There's a
there's a
way.
problem.
3 drink limit after that you walk out before
This
the
guy-
4th drink.
This is not a guy who's going silo to. You should maybe try fish. Maximum spend. Okay.
Anyway,
To Ryan, what is the first thought in your mind when you see a visibly foreign person enter silo?
Visibly what?
Foreign person.
Foreign.
foreigner,
I don't
as
like
in
that question.
foreigner or foreigner?
I think foreigner.
I don't like that question. I think we should skip.
I know, right?
Yeah, that question is.
What does that
I feel,
even
like, I
mean?
feel like they meant foreign in another way, but if it's foreign as in race, I don't think that.
We
that
love
is a-
everybody.
Yeah,
Are we almost done with the question?
Yeah.
she meant to say. Must have meant to say when you see a threat.
Man, foreign, like what is
The
that?
bouncers will
I was like,
grab
oh,
the guy and throw him into the sky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Okay, so I think we're winding up, right?
Yeah.
I think this has
Survive
been
this one.
answered by.
Done well.
I think this has been answered by almost
Conversation.
everything you've said. My question for Ryan is, in his opinion, what makes the perfect business recipe?
Yeah, I think he kind of answered that one.
Yes, yeah,
If you have
ans-
another answer.
Perfect business. That's a very difficult question, actually.
I
when you think
know. I
I
about
feel like
it
that's
in
just not limited to silo, man.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
business recipe. Like, what are the factors that you consider to, choose a business or business recipe? That's a very wide question.
So
First go
wide.
and go BBA class.
No, because ideally, what this person wants me to answer is how do I choose a business? You get?
And I guess keep it running as well.
Yes. There are so many factors. One, and I'll give you a few important factors, and one which is ignored many times. How interested are you in that business? Because there's no simple business. Every business is hard. So how much passion do you have for what you're doing? How much of you is in that business, right? Because I keep telling people there's money everywhere, right? There's money in so many things. There's money to even be given for free. There's grants and donations and all that stuff. But if you're not passionate enough for a business, that's the first red flag. Now, you can be passionate about an element of a business, not a particular business. For example, when you say, I'm passionate about value addition. Value addition is very wide. You're like, are you farming? Are you manufacturing? Are you just adding value, right? So there's people who are passionate about that. Find something that looks like this, do A, B, C, D to it, and therefore now it has more value. So also you can widen your mind and say, okay, do I want to do value addition? Do I want to do service provision? Am I a hospitality person? Like, can I provide the hospitality service? Am I a people pleaser, like we said earlier? Am I a host? Can I host people? Can I set up something and host people and convince them? Because come think about it, most of our places are quite similar, but it's how you feel when you go to each of these places that makes you understand how different they are. So the most important thing is first discover how passionate you are about doing this thing. And you can break that down in so many ways, like I've tried: service, value addition, hospitality, trade, traveling, business that involves you going from place to place, right? There's so many ways you can segment business. So when you discover people are excited about, there are people who just love money, right? And you can say, I'm passionate about money, and I need to do a business that is around cash, hard cash. That's when I feel like I'm working. So you'll find maybe those people going to, even as far as forex bureaus, money lending, because their passion is seeing. When they see money, they need to see the bank account go from 0 to 150 to whatever.
Yeah.
So one most important thing before you choose what you're going to do is how passionate you're about it, because it will become hard. It will definitely become hard, so you need to have passion to keep you going, even when it's hard. I'll tell you another thing which is very important, and people they ignore this a lot as well. How much do you actually know about a business? Like you might say, this thing Ugandans do. Melvin's making a lot of money. You get? Do you actually know if that just appear like he's making a lot of money? But is he actually making money? How well do you know the conversion rate of this business? So do research. Because I can't tell you that I'll point out a business. No, I'll research. So if you research and understand the business, then you can say, okay, this one now I know, right? And I can break. So don't go for a business because you saw Ryan open Silo, now he has a new Land Cruiser.
Silo 16.
Then you do Silo 16, or you do
16
whatever.
Silo.
You get. You don't know the dynamics that go into that business and how much money actually moves and how money moves and who are the suppliers and etc. So after you find passion, do your research. So if you say you have passion in hospitality, do research and say, okay, which types of hospitality businesses are available to me first of all? Because you can't do everything. Someone is doing resorts, you're based in Kololo. Where are you going to put a resort? You understand?
Fair enough.
So I'm a Muslim. Are you going to sell alcohol? You're not. So figure out if you're passionate about hospitality. And always give yourself options. Also, don't stick to one or two things. Give yourself a bit of options. Don't comfort zones. You get out of your comfort zone. So then, do your research. Is it available to me? Can I actually do it? Can I afford it? Right? If I can't afford it, can I sell it? Can I pitch this to somebody and sell it? Is it scalable? Can I start from 1 glass to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5? Based on your own finances and resources, right? And then, people undermine this thing as well. Social capital. In the era which we are in now, if you don't know people, you wouldn't be here. You understand?
That's true.
So build social capital. If you feel like you've built social capital, invest in it, attend functions, make friends. And that will also help you determine, hey, by the way, my friends like this. I can start with them. Or I can pick from them and study this thing. Or I know this person has trucks, that person has fuel, that person has tires. I think I can start a transport business and be. I have a friend who has a company. Shout out to him. He has a very nice company called Ride Link, and he started it just by connecting people who had trucks and services around logistics. And now he has a very big business, right? And he didn't even. I keep telling people that a lot of people are earning money from just being present. They're being present. They're being diligent. They're being honest. You're just present. You're like, okay, Melvin has a podcast. Ryan has a business. He needs to advertise. This person has this. This one has microphones. This one has this. Let me link them. And just like that, you create a media company. You understand? Being present, being aware, being alert, being diligent, being honest, being what's the word? I told you, you're not a thief. Being clear-headed and most importantly, learning. I've spent a lot of money and time learning the hard way. But there are things that someone can sit you down and teach you. He can teach me about this machinery if I'm interested. If I don't show interest, he's not going to come and teach me. I have to want to learn. I have to but now if I take an hour off my work, I reach out to this guy just so I understand how this works. Or if I reach out to him, I say, how do you convert your podcast to money? What's the game? What's the goal? I get that information. I'm like, okay, I know this person who can do this for you, who can do that for you. A lot of people out here are earning a lot of money just by creating relevance for themselves, right? So you don't have to create and become a genius. No. There's opportunity out here because there's so many people out here who are working. So be present, do research, understand your own position. Mentally, what do you like? What are you capable of? Because it gets tough. If you love it, I'll shout out to as many people as I can. My sister, Peggy, she bakes the hell out of cakes and cooks the hell out of her food. And I mean, you see the passion while she's doing it. Even when it gets tough, when she has no clients or she has clients or the cakes fail or something goes wrong, because she's doing something she loves, she keeps going. And eventually, and all of us now, it's like, you want a cake? Peggy. You get. She's socially present. You put in the work as well, right? But because it comes from passion, we call her Chef Peggy because she cooks. And she's passionate about it. So she converted that into something she can do. So without passion, you're doing nothing. You're actually just a crook. Hey, what are you doing? Let's do that. What are you doing? Yeah. And it's okay when you're younger, but at the prime of your life, you need to kind of settle and figure out what are you doing. Yeah. I think for now, that's enough for that question.
And you've cooked, man. I won't lie.
He has really cooked.
You've cooked.
Yeah.
So,
Enough.
sorry?
You've eaten enough.
Yeah, man.
You're full up.
I'm sated.
Wonderful. That's actually a good note to end.
Yeah, that is a... Speaking of social capital, now we're going to the club.
You gave me flowers. I'm bribed.
No, man, listen.
Anytime now.
Bro, we're so glad that you came onto that pod, man.
Same here.
This is a long time coming.
Yep.
You must return. I can tell you still have too much to say.
Yeah, man.
Maybe we shall do an annual podcast.
Keep the flowers.
Yeah, just so we remind
time
guys,
next
Silo is turning one.
man, tell them about
Big
the-
ups,
yeah,
man.
One thing.
Yes. I call it a stubborn child.
Okay.
That very stubborn child is turning one on March 5th. It's a Wednesday.
Yay. That's 4 days before the MJP birthday.
Isn't that bad?
Yeah,
That's a
MJP
week
is
of our
turning
anniversary as well, bro.
So funny story. I
3. Crazy.
tried to open a couple of times before that day,
I remember.
but I eventually did open on that day because the first time I think the lights didn't work. Then the second time, wow, what happened?
We would, Melvin and I would be going on walks and he'd be like, nah man, Ryan is opening soon. Soon.
Yeah.
Soon.
It's my idea, man.
Yeah,
Actually,
like
I remember the day I opened, I just sat there and I said, you know what, tomorrow I'm opening. It was a Monday.
Come what may.
It was a Monday. It was actually the first day I actually opened the gate was 4th March, but it was some things failed. So the actual day in my mind became 5th.
Yeah.
But I remember that day I was like, you know what, I'm done. I can't
work on it anymore.
I can't. Like,
Let's just
I'm
open.
done. Let's just open, and shout out to all of you guys, man. Honestly, this year, I felt special.
You did
I
that.
won't lie, man.
Yeah.
A number of
You
guys
guys-
told me last year we are going to Silo. Even my broadcast.
Guys learned.
I was like, man, we are going to Silo, man.
Yeah.
No,
I was like, this is the
you
Silo.
guys, whoever is watching, I really appreciate it. It was overwhelming, even at the beginning. It has not stopped. We have not stopped. You guys have not stopped. You have given me my shade. You have given me my fire. You have given me my flowers. I mean, it's been worth every sweat, every tear, every penny, every whatever. I mean, the experience, I honestly didn't see it coming. You have that confidence of, I've done something nice, but guys have really come through. So this Silo birthday is a celebration of you guys out there. So please come through and let's blast. There's some stuff we have in the pipeline. I may not say it now, but
We'll
very
be
soon.
there.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
Lovely.
Nice.
All right.
On that note,
On
thank
that
you guys so
note.
much for watching.
Text.
Oh yes,
Kiss your mom.
kiss your mom,
Hug your dad.
hug your dad,
Text
check
your
on
babe.
boys, and tell your buddies if they smell. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
What did I miss?